Trading futures in the night, so cold rocket dreams, resilience in the fold. Hedge pressurizing, the charts are bold. DD bands rapping, stories untold. Riding with rockets through the AI. Up we go, reaching for the sky. Every trade home never dies. On the edge as the numbers fly. Checking the charts, midnight glory. Heartbeat thumping, another story. Green and red, flashing voices loud. Future kings spinning on their cloud. Riding with rocket scooter AI. Up we go, reaching for the sky. Every train home never dies. On the edge as the numbers fly. Ascending, mind on fire, never ending. Trees of gold, endless fight. Push on through the endless night. Riding with rocket scooter AI. Up we go, reaching for the sky. Every train home never dies. On the edge as the numbers fly. Charts, midnight glory. Heartbeat thumping, another story. Green and red, flashing voices loud. Future kings standing on their cloud. Checking the charts with their AI. Up we go, reaching for the sky. Every train home never dies. On the edge as the numbers fly. Checking the charts, tracking the charts. Midnight glory. Sanctuary in awe, it's blending. Mind on fire, never ending. Dreams of gold, endless fight. Push on through the endless night. Push on through the endless night. Push on through the endless night.
What's up, friends? Good morning. Welcome to the show. How are you doing? I'm curious if does my lighting seem the same? I was looking at, maybe I'm just being paranoid or something. Well, I have a new computer over here with new lights, and I'm wondering if the lights have changed the dynamic. It feels like it's pinker than normal. It's hard to say what I'm trying to say. Doesn't have the same, like over here is usually like less red down. I don't even know. I'll have to figure this out. Something. Hold on. I think, hold on. There we go. That's better. That's better. That's better. The lamp was turned off. It looks the same. Yeah, it looks the same to you guys, I'm sure. But to the mat that stares at this all day, every day eye, even a subtle difference was enough. iDoc had turned off the lamp in the corner the other day while she was sitting there. Now it's better. Now it's better. I'm then thinking, like, should I go for like a new color theme in here at some point? I love the theme that I have. Everything in here is just like perfectly balanced. But like, should I go for something different? Is it time for a change? Redo the stream. I'm short at a DD band, by the way, right now. Let's get ready to get going here. I did short at the upper DD band. I'm starting today with $20,000 already. in my pocket. Hey, baby. What's up?
Don't take your mind off. Don't take your eyes off the charts.
Thank you. Did they take the car?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the hell is that? What the hell is that?
It's something random.
But it's not my bread.
Here, you can throw this away.
Cheat on me with that. What is this? What is this shit? This is not my bread.
It's something I found in the I'm not cheating on you, I promise.
Really?
Who is she?
This is evidence. Exhibit A.
Who's that bitch?
Who's that bread?
I found it in the fridge from Steak 48.
You want it though?
No, I don't want it at all.
It's okay.
No, I don't. No, there's only one bread for my heart, honey. I promise.
That was the test. You passed.
There's only one bread I could ever want in my entire heart.
Yeah. No. The car transfer.
Are you? Really? Dang. That's crazy. It's almost like a repo or something.
I know, right?
That's funny. She has to give her work car back to the where's this? Hold on. To the old company. She's switching companies. There we go. So, they spoil her rotten with like company car and all this and all that. And then they're I don't like that it's not selling off from here though. She has to, like, today's the day they came and picked up the company car. So now that the funny part is, remember I had the Maserati that's just sitting out there in the street right now, just chilling because we have nowhere to put it. So we have 2-car garage and now 3 cars. Now we have 2 cars again. Now my car doesn't have to sit outside. The one I was like, what am I gonna do with this other car? I was like, maybe I'll sell it, maybe I'll keep it because somebody can need it at some point. Look at that, I kept it, and now she has car drive. Yeah, nice. The new company is gonna give her a car also. What kind of spoil? We didn't get that engineer. Somebody was like, here's a car, welcome to our chemical plant, we're gonna buy you a car. Never happened before, but lucky her. They spoil her. These company shorts for pharmaceutical industry, man. They got so much money going around. Good morning, everybody. Somebody's like, no, she's hanging. The guy picking up the car picked it up on a Harley. Yeah, I know that. I know. What's up, Simon Dean, Levi Jones, Mr. Sully? What's up, A5 MS Gufo? What's up, Lee Media? Learn to Trade, Mac Broski, Digital Nukes. Good morning, Market Vision. Good morning, and Vanderoos. What's up? Son of Wall Street, DV. No stream today? Yeah, there's a stream today. Oh, that's probably from earlier. No, I was just in the middle of taking care of some business this morning with my developer. He just got back from vacation. So we're putting out the second round version of prop score. So one of the things that we did in beta, what you guys are looking at, the expected score. So there's gonna be 3 different math models, by the way. So you'll be able to model, this is something I'm building out, is that 3 different ways to see your possible ROI. We're gonna do minimum first payout, expected first payout, and then max you can make in a month model. So you can model all 3 of those rather than one. Right now you can just model the min expected payout. So the idea is if you want to see what your max potential is for a month, or you want to see, whatever, this will allow you to be able to model it multiple ways as view in the beta. The beta is available if you go to the Zoom call channel. The link is there. You can go make an account now and start using the site. That should be out the next day or two, the second and third model. So at the start of the day, when you go to the filters on your user parameters, you'll be able to click how you want to model. Like you're like, I just care about the first payout ROI, that's fine. But you're like, hey, I want to turn this into a monthly salary. That's the one I want to look for. So it'll actually shift the model around a little bit. So Pete, Farina, you guys listening, Diego, if y'all are here, that's what Dean's working on now. So that'll be out for beta probably next day or two for you guys to check out. Can somebody tell you if Matt is long or short right now? Short. I'm short right now, and I longed last night for the 20K. Right now I'm short at DD band. Expecting hopefully we open up with a ratio less than half, and then we just dip down at least to touch the touch half gap at minimum. Let me redo my overnights. But anyways, you guys like that idea to be able to model 3 different ways now as users? right? Anyways, that's what I was trying to say. That's why I was late. I am taking DD band short. This guy is. So what's up, rest of you guys? Good morning. Well, it's Justin and say hi, Jorge. Andre, what's up? What do you use for news releases? I'm using Financial Juice. If you want to spend a little bit more money and get like a really fancy, expensive news feed like a Bloomberg or something, you get it in real time. Financial Juice is a news aggregator that gives out the info about maybe a couple seconds later. Everyone else. Financial Juice is a free service, is fantastic. Ryu, if you need help with your data, you need to make sure that you're buying your data, level 1 data from your broker. So contact your broker, make sure that you have data feeds from them. You don't buy it from us. So whoever your brokerage account is, make sure there's money in your account, number one, to pay for your data feeds. And then your data feeds from your broker will just tunnel into here or any other platform that takes CQG like TradingView or any others. Did Trump stop another war? Yeah, good question. Why are we rallying? I didn't even look at it. What's going on here? Trump say something yesterday. Great progress has been made. Deal will probably be reached. That's this morning. Is that right there? 6 o'clock news. Yeah, that's it right there. Okay, so just more talk like that. The overnight, we're just filling in some of the gap from, you know, like I basically, when we dipped, I bought right there. That's exactly what I did. Let's take a look at the bigger picture. Now, again, we lose the CD band and keep rallying up. I'll take the small loss and then be done with it. I don't normally continue to press short super heavily, especially after a big fall like this. It made sense we'd retrace some of it. There is a red line at 23,593. Let's mark it on the chart. 23,593. And 451 is hedge pressure monthly. Let's mark up the S&P, same thing. 64.94. I'll take you guys these lines are in just a second. And the old too much stuff going on over here on these charts. 64.18. All right. I'm currently up P&L in the so I'm doing a $1 million challenge from 100K start. Rules are simple. If I dive under 100K, I'm allowed to pad the account with whatever money I need to get back to 100K. If I am above 100K, I don't. I let it ride. So since I hit a buffer back in Christmas is when the buffer started taking off. Or sorry, Christmas is when I reset the account last deposit. And from 100K at Christmas, I've now made $620,000 P&L on this account. I've withdrawn twice along the way, and I'm about to probably withdraw one more time. I thought about it. I keep just deciding to take out risks because of this Trump-Iran war stuff, making the market go left and right. It just makes sense to de-risk the account every once in a while. Last time I hit 500K, I took out close to like whatever it was. I got 500 something K. Took it down to 200. Now I'm back up to 500K. I might take it down to 200 again. It's towards the end of the month, so maybe the statistics about a red candle ending the month at being at lows. You are 100% right. Remember, at the end of the month, this is all part of the candle count. We teach you guys this. At the end of the month, remember, only 60% of months close. 60% of months are red, right? In the history of trading months, right? And of those months, hold on, wait. Am I missing my date? My brain just farted. Hold on, wait. What are the numbers? Bro, my brain just completely stopped working for a minute. Hold on, let me refresh myself. Hold on. What was I trying to say? I'm gonna grab it really quick. Here you go. Oh yeah. I'm sorry. So in our boot camp, right, 70% of monthly candles are green. This is one of the things we've counted. Oops, where'd it go? Said 60. That's why I was like saying 60. That wasn't sounding right. 70% of months are green from the last 10 years. Over the last 30 years, 60% of months are green. There we go. Yeah, so I got forgot my own data here for a hot minute. So the claim is that about 80% of their candles give back 33% of their range. And this is something that we came through, give back a third of their range at the top side. So that's basically, sorry, don't give back. Jesus Christ. On the bull candle, about 80% of the candles keep most of their range by the end of the month. And as we found out over the last 30 years, about half of red candles give back a third or more of their range from the low. So basically what it's saying is that green monthly candles usually have wicks on them and red monthly candles usually have pretty decent wicks. And that last sort of calendar day. This is the 30 year. Now the boot camp, you guys might have the numbers ingrained in your brain from the 10 year. I was trying to quote the 30 year. This is a paper from our boot camp that we teach that talks about it. And it doesn't mean that we're gonna have a huge rally today, but it's very unlikely that monthly candles do close on a solid red bar. It's just almost the most unusual thing ever. So as we are trading in the last days of the month ends tomorrow, I believe, it's less likely for tomorrow to not have a wick, or today to not have a wick and tomorrow to have a wick as well. So usually at the end of the month, just as how trading typically goes, Nasdaq as an example, you don't normally see red months with just solid bars with no wick at the bottom, which usually implies the last day of the calendar month has some kind of a rally historically, or even just a little bit of one. But it doesn't mean that you wake up and buy the dip. It means that it's probably going to dip and then V up at some point from a pivot. So again, just the end of the calendar month, people have psychology there to take profit and stuff. You just see it. Now, it's not really like a real trading strategy, but it's just something that statistically happens. So it's just good to take note of it, right? Coming up this week, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, so in the million challenge, I made $620,000 P&L. The funny thing was, this is the first million challenge I've done. I did one back in 2020. People just forget, or I guess most people are new. Not you guys, but on socials. They're like, who's this guy? What's he doing? He's totally not going to do it. He's totally not going to make any money. And I'm like, I've been cheering for 10 years doing this. And these people think that I just showed up yesterday. This is actually, we are the very first YouTube future streamer also as well. If you guys go back to 2016 when futures trading started, my YouTube channel predates the biggest futures streamers that there ever was. So been doing this since the beginning of time. No, looks like I'm getting squeezed here on the CD band play. Now again, the goal is not to short for big reversal. I don't think that's the case, but at least I'm trying to possibly set up a short with some kind of pivot to flip it long to keep going. Now, whatever the case may be, I don't like that it's not selling from here. It's not the best sign in the world. But anyways, just technical short. And let's see what's going on today in the news. Okay, let's check this weekly news. Pal talking this morning. Pay attention to that. That's right at market open. Wow. Okay, that's cool. Jolts tomorrow. Jolts gonna be a big part of this. Jolts is showing job market slowdown. So the jolts are coming down with the unemployment going down. It means companies are eliminating jobs rather than filling them. So that's one thing. ADP numbers come out Wednesday. I am thinking S&P Global and Global Manufacturing PMI and the ISM manufacturing numbers all come out Wednesday. It's gonna be mildly important. Not game changer, but important. Thursday's normal stuff. Nothing big. Friday's non-farms. Friday's a big day. Wednesday's a medium day. Tuesday, jolts will be a medium day. And then today's a light day. Maybe pal talking, whatever. Keep your ears open for Trump's already starting to, to juice the megaphone this morning with great progress been made. Deal will probably be reached. Things like this. Just your typical rhetoric. And this kind of rhetoric, 450 to 580 was enough to, again, trick the algos into just flipping the market around. Be very careful. Like I said, this market's the same stuff every day, They talk, they move, market goes up, market goes down. And it's the same old thing. I will have the same thing today. Crazy. Yeah, dead cat bounce it. Yeah, so right, we're gapping up very significantly. What likely won't happen today. Let me pop up my all my tools here. So what I'm looking for, right? This volatility is still present. Again, this is just a technical play. Is that typically a DD band when you have the ratio less than half, which it's likely to happen, but all stocks might be gapping up. So we won't know what we're going to get, but I'm going to take a guess since it was 20 on Friday that it's probably going to be still 50 or less, which makes this a viable place to maybe short from. But the fact that it's consolidating at the band, not really the best thing. And it can keep going and going. So I'm not going to bag hold this to zero, but it's definitely worth taking just on the basis that the market's still going to try to be in that same sort of bearish camp that it's in. Like the very first moment the market opens, we could just get red. It's a substantial gap up, so you're gonna have your half gap somewhere in here. Even with this, if resilience is greater than 0, then I get a nice little short to half gap, which probably be about 80-90 points with the 40-point stops. About 2 to 1 there on the short if resilience is greater than 0. If DD ratio is less than half, I can find out where my pockets are and then, you know, bet that we hit them and fall, or just trade it here. I don't think we're going to fill the gap and keep going lower. I think that that at least is a support. With a move like this, it's probably just end of the month sort of, you know, jerk around. Hedge pressure is obviously going to be a resistance before half gap. So even a scalp to there is about 70 points. So there to there, there to there. But I think that if the market does this and starts moving and then starts creeping higher and higher, that's probably something that might happen today. Clearly movement like this is just a flip around. This is in Europe and Asia, both. When Asian markets, Japan opens, we took some rally here and ran. When Europe opens, we took some rally and ran. So it's been a pretty solid night, both places, Europe and Asia. We'll just see how we turn out, right? We can use this crazy. I know. I know. You have an AMP account that's active? So, Ryu, okay, to answer your question, bud, you have to make sure that you type in the tickers correctly. If you open up, we have tech support in Discord that can help you, but if you open up the little chevron at the bottom and pop this open, this little table that says RIDD has all the tickers listed. CQG has different names, naming convention than just typing in like /ES, because CQG is like a global API that works on every broker. So it has like these f.us like futures.us now, and they just do it like this. And then you have to type in whatever the ticker is. So EPM26 for S&P is EP because they use ES for the Euro stocks. Just how CQG does it. And then NASDAQ is ENQM26. You have to type in the full string up here. I'll type it in chat for you so that you know. F dot, as long as you have the data feed, should work. F.us, but that table will have everything in there for you. EPM26 F.us.ENQM26. Okay. For the June, that's for June contract for those. Well, that helps you out. There's contradicting statements from Trump. No, never. We have a deal. We're talking to them. They're not talking to us. Scott said, spring on loose. Yeah, probably, man. Who knows what's going to say whatever. Saying Iran almost over in talks, but also saying he's going to take them out. Well, I mean, you know, he just is like forgetting what he's saying. I think he's starting to get old, you know. Same thing earlier. I can remember shit from my own boot camp. I was like, my brain farted for a minute. 70% of candles are green. I'm like, there it is. There's the number. I'm telling you, he just speaks out of one side of the mouth, speaks out of the other, just doesn't connect the two in his brain. No, he's really just posturing. So essentially the art of the deal thing is he's saying what he wants to get the favorable outcome. So here's what you do. You manifest the outcome that you want by saying what you're saying. That's number one, is you just say what you want to happen. Right. Number two is you posture the other guy to make that thing happen. So he's like, we're going to have a deal soon. And he's like, I'm about to nuke your ass. You don't give me a deal soon. And so he's posturing to the opponent a part of his whole deal making process, and then he's giving us the outcome he wants by manifesting it before it happens. That's how he does it. He doesn't. He'll say what he wants to happen as it's going to happen. It's a negotiating trick, and it really just tells your enemy how absolute you are with your decision. It's a very strategic way to get what you want. You know what I'm saying? Like if like somebody at a bar is being annoying to you, and like one of your friends is just really drunk and annoying, and you say, "I'm about to punch you. Hey, I'm gonna get him home safely." Well, the first thing they're gonna remember is like, he's gonna punch me, right? So like, but you tell her, we're gonna get my friend home safely, but the first thing you say is, "I'm about to knock you upside the head if you don't chill out and stop being annoying." Your friend has like two decisions to make: either A, get home safely, or B, get knocked upside the head. So that's kind of the, because when you say that the negative thing, it immediately sticks. So you know what the punishment is if you don't play ball. So it's a very strong negotiating tactic to an irrational opponent. You have to give them the worst measured outcome first. That way they know what they're dealing with, right? They don't want to rationalize. So he's manifesting, right? Yeah. But it works because, it's kind of like you're hitting somebody and you're like, "It's your fault. It's your fault. Sorry, I'm doing this, but you deserve this. It's your fault. It's your fault." And they finally are like, they know why it's their fault as you explain it to them, right? It's not really the smartest, approach with an irrational enemy. If you kick the hornet's nest by slapping it around too much, they could do some very horrible things. They're not a weak opponent. So, but he's doing his same old. You see it all now, Ryu? Awesome, bro. I'm glad to help, man. I'm glad to help. But he can back it up. That's the thing. Like, he can. Our military might is much stronger than theirs, and we have more allies. They've really got nobody. I mean, it's gonna be a quick resolve, but I'm not worried about a military campaign. I'm worried about, freaking terrorists, emerging from that radical portion of that country, and then, harming civilians as a penalty, right? For Trump's manifesting, God forbid they, do something somewhere in a freaking train station or something. You know what I mean? Like, that's the part I worry about. Our military will absolutely steamroll theirs, like with very little effort. But like, it's not what I'm kind of generally concerned with how, with the surrounding civilian population. So anyways, we're not like, when it comes to talking about the war and thinking about the war, we're just thinking about it as like a stock market sense. We're not political here at all. If you're just tuning in, we try to guess, what's going to happen and when, so we can make trading decisions. Like, we're not like at all political here. We kind of just make fun of everybody equally. So the goal is there going to be an effect on the market every time there's a talk about the war possibly ending or a quicker resolve? You see that there's a massive sort of movement in the data. So because Trump is still chatting about it, you have to be alert. There's a little bit of a red candle off of my target here, which is good. I'm having the weirdest thing going on with TPT. There's a massive glitch. So so basically what happened was last week I started coming to the conclusion that I need to start like taking things off my plate. And so I'm no longer trading props, by the way. I'm done with it. I've netted over the last year and some change over $1 million payouts with props, which wasn't that bad. My pay-in was, I never even added up, but I'm saying it's probably close to about 200,000, give or take. So I probably netted a 5x from props. But there's a lot on my plate. I'm building a prop scoring website, doing all these updates with Rocket Scooter, streaming in the morning, streaming my funded TV. Now I got 2 streamers here. We're trying to put Rocket Scooter in a bunch of other trading platforms. I mean, it's busy, right? So I had to kind of like lighten my load and do one fewer thing. And I started like taking things off the plate that were unnecessary. And so like I was trading props just to grow the channel. People are like, why'd you suddenly jump into trading props and suddenly jump out? Anything happened? Not really. Like when props became big and popular, we were like, we're real traders. We don't You don't trade props here. So I didn't stream it, but everyone got huge and big off of it because props are the hottest thing out there. So I was just like the anti, boomer or whatever that was like, I don't want to do this stuff. So I jumped in finally for engagement. I'm like, let me get in the prop space and then let me show these kids how to do it, sort of thing. And I jumped in, started doing it, grew the channel, and now it served its purpose. And now I'm just kind of done with it. I went live with my funded futures. I went live with ETF. I went live with Tradeify. I've milked Fund Index and take profit for ungodly amounts of money. It's just been kind of a fun experience. And I've learned a lot so I can teach you guys how to beat this stuff. And that's really what's important. I'm not trading props anymore. So I decided I'm just going to, essentially just take out all the balances and call it quits. Well, it turns out that 2 of my TPT accounts, I forgot I had a balance in there. I thought I took everything out, but TPT has like a delay right before it actually updates. And so when I went and checked, I was like, oh, okay, I'm done with all my accounts, whatever. But then I logged in last week to help the people that were having issues with TPT to help them solve their tech problem. And then I noticed 2 of my accounts each had $20,000 of P&L. So I had $40,000 of profit just sitting there that I didn't even remember. I guess the day I decided to quit trading, that same extra day they updated. I just wasn't even paying attention. So I was like, okay, let me take that money out. So I took out 2 $15,000 payment requests to leave 5,000, I guess, in the account, the buffer. I was like, all right, I got 2 accounts left. Let me just trade them. And for the last week, they've been untradeable. The orders have been rejected every time. Now I've gone back and forth with customer service. Customer service is like, oh, well, you breached the account, blah, blah, blah. And I said, I didn't breach the account. They both went to 10,000 max and then 2 back-to-back 10,000 days. I actually took the payout and trading is not resumed on it. And I've gone through customer service like 7 times already. Today's the 8th time. Finally, one of them's tradable again with the $5,000 probably P&L on it. So whatever that buffer is. So I still have 2 of my TPT accounts. They're now open so I can just milk them till they're done and then I'll be done. But one of the accounts still won't trade. It's the weirdest thing. A huge glitch. And even on the back end, it says that I'm allowed to take another payout. It's the weirdest thing. It's untrue, but I requested another payout just to see what's going on. And if they grant it to me, I'm gonna tell them they made a mistake. And I said, I don't really earn this payout. You have a glitch in your system. They might be giving me $3,000 because I have a payout request and the balance doesn't even match. I will show you that I'm not making this up right now. There's some glitch going on in their system and they can't seem to figure out what it is. So hopefully they'll figure it. If they grant this payout, I'm gonna say, take this out. But I'm allowed to make the same payout requests that I've already made. It didn't update the balance and I already took the money out. So I can't show my license key here. Or my login. Just, I'm not making this up. This is the account right here. Oh, hold on. It'll show my, let me take a screen. It's going to show my login and password. That's why I don't want to show you guys too much. This one right here. 7702. Current balance 170,000. And I've taken a payout from there. And the literal 2 accounts that I still have left over are, look, order rejected in some of them. This one right here, this one's allowing me to trade. The 78702 says 170,000. It is 154,000. It still allows me to take out the 20,000. I've already taken it out. It's already in my pocket. The money's already in my pocket and I can still make a payout request. There's a massive glitch going on there. It's so crazy. Yeah, so I finally wrote to the partner email to be like, hey, I'm having some issues and customer service can't figure it out. Huge glitch. So like I requested the payout a second time just to see what happens. But I'm not going to keep the money if it grants. If it grants, I'm going to use that as leverage and be like, you guys paid me twice. You got a glitch in your system. Please take the money back. So whatever's going on, remember, I took that payout last week and that balance still hasn't updated. Weird. So whenever you hit 10K in a day, they lock your account and you can't trade anymore, which makes sense. Until the next day you can trade again. It usually clears. And when I requested the payout, it went through 3 denials for payout finally went through. They were like, your balance isn't up to date. I'm like, the balance is there. Literally, I've made the money. Like, your balance isn't updated. So the balance in those accounts is not updating. As you see here, after I've taken the payout, the balance still hasn't updated. There is a glitch on my account, but if I just discovered a infinite payout glitch with TPT, I'll let you guys know. I'm just kidding. But it's, you know, they had a system thing going on and there's just some kind of glitch. But the thing is, customer service keeps on saying, you know, looks like you might have breached the account because it doesn't have the balance updated. It's kind of weird. I'm like, no, it's no breach on the account. It's, it says I've got 170,000 in it and I clearly don't. I have 154,000 in it. So, yeah, so it is what it is. Crazy, right? Somebody said, if like with the pool I have, imagine what the average person has to go through. You know, I feel for you guys. I usually don't like go in there and say, hey, I'm a partner, you know, like give me the special treatment. I go to customer service like anyone else. I don't like to pull the strings unless I really have to. Like, I try to exhaust, and I mean exhaust, before I, you know, bug the brass. You know, I've been going to customer service. It's not that like super important that I get it back, but I'm like, I might as well just YOLO those things and keep going until I finish them up, and then I'll be done. I totally forgot I had 2 accounts with 170,000 balance in it. They're 150Ks. So it's 40K of profit. So I left out everything but the $4,500 buffer, whatever the buffer is, or whatever they let you take out. I took it all out. But it's so weird. One of the accounts still can't trade on. It's in the same boat. There's 2 of them. Like it's this one right here. This guy right here. If I try to go to 2728, this one, and I try to just like short it, it says order rejected, and there's a balance in there, a positive balance. Order rejected, order rejected. But this one they finally turned on. I can still trade this one again. But 7702 is the one that thinks it has $170,000 in it. So I don't even know what's happening. Oh, TPT. It's probably some glitch related to that update they had that started banning people. I don't really know, but we'll figure it out. You had that with MFF. They said it made the withdrawal ticket from the account, didn't show up in your bank. Showed back up MFF account, but then all of a sudden it showed up in your bank. Yeah. Something fell through the cracks over there. But anyways, the reason I'm saying that is because I was gonna like also tell you guys I'm gonna trade some TPTs today. I'm like, whatever, let me just YOLO short them from DD ban and see what happens. Anyways, what are my thoughts on window dressing, how we might apply to RS? I would say, right, so window dressing is they're talking about is a technique that investment firms and funds use at the end of a quarter to like pad their books with something. Example, when you give out a quarterly prospectus, you're in a hedge fund, you could say like, hey, you know, an example is Bitcoin rallied for the first quarter and you're a hedge fund and your customers are like, you know, are we in Bitcoin? Are we in Bitcoin? Or like, we got to bet Bitcoin, right? Like I can pull my money out. I'm going to invest over here because no, we're diversified into crypto, blah, blah, blah. And then like the last possible moment, they buy a bunch of crypto. So then they can, in their prospectus, show that your fund for the quarter was 5% invested in crypto, right? So window dressing is just sort of like sweetening it up, like right at the last moment. There's really, and it's, you know, it's not necessarily legal or legit. You know, I think there's like, you're not allowed to, I don't know, I'm not a hedge fund, so I'm not really sure, but I think that you're not allowed to do that. But in any case, they all do it in some way, shape, or form. Is there any way for us to kind of like react or to understand what's going on? You really can't, but you can just see irrational movements happening towards the end of the quarter. Obviously, it's the end of March, it's the end of the quarter. The idea that you can have like irrational movement, well, clearly right now, there's a huge dip at the end of the quarter. People probably buying stuff up for cheap just to get it on their books, and then the next couple of days they dump it, right? That's kind of what you're talking about. And is there any way we'll know that that's happening when you have irrational movement? explain it, you can tell there's just something weird happening at the end of the month or quarter. So breaking through monthly hedge pressure is an irrational movement. You shouldn't break through and keep going. Breaking through DD band and keep going is irrational movement. Usually try not to fade irrational breaks to the bull side when that happens. So this is like not the strongest short setup, which I'm only in 9 contracts. Because, you know, it's a rational break to the upside. Usually don't try to fade it because of those kind of effects. I don't even know if I'm ever going to trade props again. Maybe at some point something hot comes out. I mean, I didn't really trade them on the stream either. I always just focus on my personal account anyways, but trading props was really fun. I recommend it. If you're a profitable trader that's making your own money and be able to fund yourself, it's unnecessary. It's an unnecessary expense. It's trading that's taxed higher with the fee and a split. There's no reason any profitable trader would choose to do that over trading their own account. So, you know, as things are going the way they are in the prop space, once you're doing your own, you know, you wouldn't ever stop to go back. It's harder to make money. The ROI is much smaller. The taxes are higher and you take split. It's just, there's no conscious reason you would choose to do it. And a lot of these people out there, like, I trade my real account, but I trade props just for fun on the side. I don't understand why. You know, I did it for marketing purposes and for engagement. Like, that's it. For a new trader that's learning the game, props are amazing. They're fantastic. They're one of the best things you can do as a new trader. It's the cheapest education you'll get. You don't have to go in there and like blow up your money to learn trading like I had to when I started. I mean, I had props back in the day. The props are fantastic until you're able to be at a point where you're putting, you know, your own 100,000 or whatever into a trading account and living on that money. Props are fantastic. I think they're wonderful. Just once you get to a certain level, you should kind of have no need for them anymore. All right. Is that the overnight DD from Brad? Yes, sir. That is the one. Last night, the platform, Brad wasn't able to use the platform, but he probably did DD calculations manually. We had some outages yesterday, but the platform is up now. We're opening in 5 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. I am short 9 NASDAQ contracts, upper DD band. My expectation is to see where we are on monthly maps. I have them pre-marked from yesterday. The monthly map, what? Oh, this bear zone was way up there. Wait, hold on, let me grab it real quick. Put them on. Oh, they were way up there. Okay. So the way this works is that only 4% of days break above the green line and keep going. 8% of days break below the green line and keep going. 88% of days tend to spend their entirety of their day working their way back inside the bands. When this bull bear bias ratio comes in less than half, I short this every time. So I'm trying to get ahead of it possibly being less than half because the last couple of days it was like 0.2. Now with this gap and go, most of your stocks are going to be gapping as well. So it's a very high likelihood that the ratio comes out greater than half. But either way, my first thought is before that ratio comes in, 550 I'll close. That gives me about 50 something points. 550, 560 I'll close, somewhere in there. The bet is that we fall to at least here, return down in here. About only 23% of days break through orange line and go higher. 26 and 74. I think it's the split. 74% of days stay on the same side of orange as they open on. So statistically, with all things being equal, statistically this wants to be here, and statistically this wants to be here. Now again, we'll have to see where the confluences come in. So we have 2 confluences that go with that. The first one is if this ratio is less than half, then that's a strong resistance. The other thing is if this orange line that comes out is less than 0 down here, that's resistance as well when you hit it. The white line shows this one right here. If the white line is greater than 0, I'm only shorting to there. The white line is less than 0, I might hold for the bigger fall to the bottom band. Again, market's pretty much bleeding out. We have some moderate news on Wednesday, some big news on Friday. The non-farms are coming out. So Powell's talking right at market open. So this is going to be coin flow. This is what I don't like because, you know, Trump's spinning out good news like we may make a deal with Iran. Okay. Days like this that go up, come down, and consolidate higher like this, they look like they want to keep going. So I'm not in the best play right now, but we'll see. Kind of a pretty gnarly gap up there. 3 minutes till bell rings, guys. What happened to the viewer counter? Dude, it was glitching for a second. Yeah, earlier it said that there was no people watching. I felt unloved for a hot moment. Is the tax or props better? No, tax or props is absolutely worse in all possibility of your choice of trading. You should choose real trading. Props are taxed like income, so it comes in on a 1099, and with that 1099, it reports as wages. So it'll add to your, if you're like, say, your instance, you're already at the 37% tax bracket. The prop tax that hits is taxed just like short-term capital gains. It's immediately added on top of your income. So short-term capital gains and stocks are the same way. But futures has the 60-40 rule, where 60% of your trading is at long-term capital gains, which is irrespective, or it doesn't care about your income. It's a fixed tax rate. And so you will pay less taxes trading real futures. That's the reason to trade real futures, because dollar for dollar, you're saving, you know, I forget the effective rate, but depending on where your bracket is, 15 to 20%-ish on your overall tax burden. So 20K every 100, something like that. You want 60-40 rule. It's just better taxes. Props are taxed like trading stocks. It's considered income. You can write off some of your prop losses, essentially like your reset fees and your data fees and your evaluation fees. You can write all that off as a business expense. As a 1099 contractor of a prop, you can write that off, but it's still, your tax burden and your gains is still pretty big, especially if you make a lot of profit. 1099 would be higher. Well, in most cases, yeah, unless you're living in poverty. I mean, you know, and you're the lowest tax bracket. So, you know, 1099, it just, you have your short-term capital gains, you have your wages, you have 1099 miscellaneous income all piling into that same line. And that line has brackets, right? So depending on where your day job income falls, plus your investment income and all that's like all that stuff that goes on your income line. Props is not considered trading gains, it's considered income. Yeah. 1099 in almost every case should be higher for every person. 100%. Okay, let's get that. Let's get the pull. Let's get the pull. Come on, drop it. This is gonna be kind of crazy. It's moving. Let me open up a tick chart really quick to see my. Come on, tick chart. All right. Load her up. What's resilience doing? Resilience is positive on both cases. Oh, that's not the best. Not the best. Not the best for a short. That's by all means. Let's see if the market just sort of like shits on itself real quick. So first of all, white line being greater than 0 means the open is trying to support. It's no longer resistance. This ratio is going to come in pretty soon. So we'll see what happens. At least if I can get a nice fall to 451, that's at least a good go. Since I'm losing confluence, the smarter thing is to trim. Let me trim that to 4. Glad I trimmed. That's good. Yeah. So lost the confluence, immediately started trimming it. Question is, do I want to close? Let's take a look at the stuff here. Oh yeah, that's not bearish at all. All right, so not gonna get probably not gonna get the sell off. And listen, like the next minute or two, if it doesn't sell off, I'll just close out for the tiny loss. That was pretty smart. That's pretty smart to trim at the last minute since Res was going higher. The white line is support now. The ratio is 28, so maybe so. Maybe so. Should I still hang on? What do y'all think? What What do y'all think? That's a tough one. That's a tough one. All right, so competing resistances, right? Number one, this is very strong resistance from green, but this is medium strong support on white. It's a flip-flop. Yeah. $620. Yeah, so everything up here is the better short. Yeah, that's the ideally like this. I'm gonna hit that so freaking hard today if it goes that high. Simon Dean, I agree with you 100%. Simon Dean's on it. Simon Dean's identified the massive cluster pivot that is bear zone, hedge pressure, monthly hedge, all resistance. If this rallies there, boy, oh boy, that's the big short. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Green is a stronger pivot than white, though. That's the thing. White is a medium strength. Green is a heavier strength. And the ratio still being 0.3, it's bad enough for this to continue to fall, which is good. All right, so I can take the risk there. Let's double check some of the bigger stocks. So it is really coin flippy here at this exact spot, which is unusual. This kind of setup's pretty unusual. But what Simon D did point out is that the 620 level is just, dude, I'm ready to fuck this shit up today. If we go up there, oh baby, oh baby. All right, Nvidia bear zone top 170 resistance. So Nvidia is rallying into resistance. Apple, same thing, rallying to resistance 252.5. So all of this stuff has got resistance and ceilings. There's a ceiling. So if the stocks make a second push, we're there and we're pulling back. And there's also a red line there. Oh, why is the views number wrong? Dude, like YouTube is glitching out right now. No idea. It says there's like 19 concurrent viewers sometimes. And now it says 1076. So I don't really know. I don't really know, guys. I'm up $620,000 in the small account challenge here. Taking 100,000 to $1 million. So as of last night's update, 620,000 is how much profit I've made since Christmas here. I've also made an additional $300,000 in props since Christmas. I'm up $900,000. Of all the people you watch streaming, of all the people you see on social media, I'm probably the one that makes the most money. Pal talking an hour. I thought it was right now though. My calendar said right now. Thanks for warning me. Here's MHP. That resistance is definitely there. Resilience is not going down though. I wish I had better confluencers. Should I just take profit at MHP? What should I do, guys? Should bet on the break or take the profit? Let's take the profit. Well, MHP resilience is still. Yeah. Pal said, hold on. The Cent was talking earlier as well. Let me double check. I took the profit for a minute here. Let me let it relax. Oh boy, man, if it hits, I'm still holding short in that that TPT account's back up to make it. Here I am with that. I was like, whatever, fuck it. Let me YOLO these TPT accounts and try to make another payout with them. Yeah, so I'm holding runners. I'm holding the runner there, the one that I can trade. Let me trim that down a little bit. So there we go. Guy, you're too early. I think that this is good for now. Like, let me look because we have half gap as support anyways. What I think is it might try one more time. That's what I'm kind of like. This is that first resistance I told you guys about. 74% of days do not break that orange line. If I close it too early, I sure did. But at least I put something on the board here. Had 9, closed down to 4, and then let the 4 ride to there. Let me close that. Let me close that TPT account too. I'm only trading them because I gotta get something out of it now. So I figured might as well just YOLO them and then be done with it. Ooh. deal. Well, at least that was the right choice. Would I buy the dip at half gap? It's possible. Opportunistic bulls. There's a half gap support here, which is kind of why I was kind of closing down in here. There's probably going to be support right there. That's one hell of a short. I think it's gambling if I hold the short further than that. You guys trading here in chat? Are y'all what are y'all doing? Did y'all do anything? That's nice, clean, easy play. $25,200 for the day. Not about that opening short. Let's let this develop a little bit, see what goes on next. Ladies and gentlemen, comes that time. There's a time of day when, you know, sometimes it's very important for us to really, you know, I mean, some people say, like, you know, if you got it, show it. You know, like, show it. If you can grow it, grow it. But I'd like for you to do me a favor. I want you all to reach down your pocket, dig around for what you got, and I want you to whip it out for me because I want to see it. If you can, on this stream, don't be shy though. Like, hold on, wait. Did I play the wrong song? Hold on. There we go. I want you guys to whip it out for me. Let me see what you got. Don't be shy. Whip it out. Let's go. Let me see that curve. What's it look like? Those are some nice looking. Those are some big P&Ls. I'm getting a little nervous. It's my first time. I haven't seen one that big. Dang. 20. Holy shit, bro. 23K. Let's go. Let's go. Nice. Got some big ones in there. Don't be afraid to whip it out, guys. We're family here. Farina can whip it out too if she wants. That's a pretty straightforward short, but like I said, if once I got that, we still have half gap as a very strong support here, and so it's going to be stuck in this little bit here. Like I said, we can just as easily get back to that. That's improving, by the way, 0.34. It's still bearish enough for this to be the resistance, but that was an obvious play. When I tell you guys in the boot camp, when we talk about how much on the boot camp you can predict what DD will be like. So this short was all about me telling myself, okay, well, DD ratio was 20 on Friday. And even though we're gapping up, it's very unlikely that it's going to be 20 or going to be greater than 50 on Monday, even with a gap up like this. So I took the bet initially, guessing what DD would be like. And I teach you guys how to do this, right? Now, right now, everybody's thinking, oh, what should I do? Jump in? Should I short this? But I'm in and out, right? So this is the nexus point where it could sort of flip both directions. And when everyone else, all the new traders are like, should I jump in and chase the short? I'm already on the sidelines with money. So the goal was getting ahead by guessing that decision that we teach you how to do. All greater market was bearish on Friday. It's very likely that it would also be bearish today. The bet that green was resistance was that ideal short. All right. Res went below zero. Yeah, now res is below zero. Actually, nice. So I wouldn't be longing here. And while it does appear like, you know, I've cut out of the trade early, I don't tend to just YOLO into all kind of stuff. I try to get in and get out as fast as I can. With Trump and everybody talking, it's smart to get out of the way as fast as you can. So, all right, man. Nice curves, you guys. I'm a little intimidated. I don't normally see them that big. Congratulations, y'all. Good P&L today. So here, this one right here, 451 resistance with resilience less than zero, also resistance there. Amazon and liquidity pocket. Yeah, you got all your stocks still pressing lower. Would I short this like it's a big reversal sell-off crash day? Maybe not, but maybe the gap fill is probably where it would go at best case scenario down in here. As that negative resilience could try to push it lower. I have this weird feeling that's telling me not to chase it for whatever reason. I just have this feeling, like I said, for whatever it is, if you want that intuition I have, my intuition is saying, congratulations on your P&L, Matt. Now stand aside. I don't know if that's just me being a little afraid of what can come out of Trump's mouth every moment in time. But for whatever reason, my brain is like, we're gonna get something like this, and then I can really short it. My gut is saying at any moment in time, we haven't really, you know, the rhetoric of, in a moment's notice, there's a ceasefire. You know what I'm saying? That's what you want. Yeah, dude, I want to like sit back and let it go up here. All right, so I'm up $625,000 on the 100K to million challenge. I'm almost 2/3 of the way there. I think maybe by tomorrow I could get there. Somebody said EW took a buy at the top. It happens when you try to trade breakout calendar or chart patterns, and you know those things are pretty 50-50. When you're wrong because of a liquidity sweep, then that just happens. That's why I don't do charting, to be honest. That's why I abandoned a long time ago. It's good when it's good. It's really good when it's good, but when it's bad, it's really bad. It's super coin flippy. Your brain says that, then you turn it tequila brain and drunkenly say send it, like fuck it, let's go. All right, so Amazon, get back to looking at the stocks. So most of the stocks are liquid but with resistance, so nothing's really looking good. All the breakpoints, oh I'm sorry, you guys can't see that. All the breakpoints over here are negative, so nothing's really, let me just put this over like here, that'd be nice. Yeah, all these arrows are negative. Actually, you guys don't care to see that. I just want to see the charts. Google bearish, Amazon IP, no, Amazon LP. So Amazon, just like a lot of the stocks here are all resistance. Nothing's bullish. Everything's either liquid and selling, or bearish and selling. So none of the stocks came through being bullish today. That's a pretty obvious trade. S&P fell to half gap with positive resilience on Nasdaq. I don't like to let Nasdaq drive the boat. I like to let S&P drive the boat. Just because I'm trying to YOLO these TPTs, just get them out of the way. I just long Nasdaq, just to long it back to whatever. Just because I'm just like last ditch effort. Let's see if I can make a couple more payments out of those things. I had 2 extra TPT accounts after I stopped trading props. That I was just gonna like take all my payouts and then just be done with it. And when people were asking me, you know, to look in the TPTs banning issues and the people are getting banned, I logged in and noticed I had 2 accounts with $170,000 balance in each of them. So I had $40,000 of payout I forgot about, because they have like a day to update their system. So I guess when I decided I'm done with this, I looked and I was probably like, I'm done with it. And then I saw, oh, I have some money. So then I took the payouts, and then I'm like, well, I might as well just, since I paid for them, might as well just finish it out. So I got 2 active TPT accounts still. I haven't even logged into FundNX. Let me double check that I don't have money sitting in FundNX too. That I forgot about. Why TPT banning run? TPT had a tech issue, and I actually discovered what it was and was back and forth with their team for a couple days on it. They have a kind of like the prop firms deal with cheaters all the time, and there's a way that you can cheat by exploiting delays in the data feed. It's a whole thing that people figured out how to do, and it's completely cheating. And so they have this bot detection like software they have that they updated that allows them to find those patterns. People doing high frequency trading to exploit data feed delays. It's not even real trading, it's just exploiting the data feed. And it started banning pretty much everybody just when it shouldn't be. And they rolled everyone back that was legitimately like found innocent and reinstated them. But there was this like issue, because essentially what was flagging people was that they were having multiple limit orders being filled within milliseconds from each other. And they were like, that's not possible unless you're botting. But I proved that it was possible, and some other people did as well. And we all kind of came together and kind of submitted our case study to them, and they immediately rolled it back. This was a time when community came together and actually solved the big problem. And TPT were champs about it. They were like, yep, we made a mistake. We're sorry. We'll write everybody that was wrong. And they immediately fixed it, which is cool. Very cool of them. The issue was not theirs. It was a combination, like a perfect storm issue. It was Trade of 8 has simulated real market data, which is basically, there's 3 different types of data feeds that you can get as a data API, guru, I would say. It's no, but seriously, I built a trading platform. So data APIs, feel free to ask me. I know all the boring shit about it. 3 different kinds of market data you can get. Either A, real market data, which is the data from the exchange. Level 2, level 1, everything. Best bid and offer. You can get simulated data, which is a simulated data feed that's not touched the exchange. You just completely simulate everything. Level 1 data, it's just candle data. No level 2. And you have simulated real market data, which is level 2 simulation, which simulates the order book, fills, everything. So Trade of 8's API uses simulated real market data where it's simulating fills, which means partial fills can happen. You can put 20 contracts to buy on the bid, and even though it's sim environment, when price passes through it, you may not get filled because it's simulating a real market condition. So it's like, even though price passes through it and bounces around, you might get a partial, not pass through, but hits it, you might get partial fill. It's like simulating actual order flow, not just price, not just level 1 data, which is just price. So because it was simulating fills, it would simulate partial fills. So like essentially price would fall into somebody's limit, it would partial fill, partial fill, partial fill, and then fill the whole order, which is what a real market actually does. And simulating the partial fills is allowing people just putting in a large enough limit order to get filled milliseconds apart. So we recreated the problem, and I'm still wondering if what I did was what triggered this to begin with. Because now my accounts, I can't trade on them, so I don't know. But anyways, one of the accounts, it's still locked out for whatever reason. And one of the accounts, it still thinks there's a $170,000 balance. It hasn't updated in a week. So it's weird, and customer service is like just going through the script. They don't know what's going on. So eventually it'll get resolved. Okay, so arbitrage just went up big time, 15, 14. That's interesting. So we are getting a little oversold here. So yeah, this is gonna pop up pretty soon. It's not big enough, it's getting bigger, but yeah, there's the play. It's probably gonna do that. So if I was shorting to gap fill, I would get out because ARB is positive. I would get out of gap fill if I was short all the way down to there. What a simple day today, man. So straightforward. It's shorting in this environment's really bad because any obscure news that comes out is gonna be bullish news, right? There's not gonna be any bearish news that comes out. The war is happening, the bearish news is present. The only excursion kind of news that we would have would be bullish news, right? Things got better. Then we get a little return back to where we started. Price it out. That was such an obvious setup. Did along here with the TBT account? I did, like right about here on this candle. Yeah. Not that I really think that it's a strong long, but I think that with ARB going up and resilience still positive on S&P, that it does bounce from here. No reason. I mean, like I said, I don't even care about it. I'm not taking it seriously. I'm literally just trying to YOLO these things just to knock out some trades, get them off my plate. If I get lucky, I get lucky. I would normally be sitting out waiting for something better. When ARB went positive and resilience is still positive on S&P, it's still going to bounce around in here. So, do I think it's an awesome long? I do not. I do not at all. I'm considering it paper trading at this point. Is it possible to bounce back up of half gap 410? I think so. It's it's 70 points or 40 points. What's up, Creative Wall? What's up? What's up? There's like 1,100 people here. It's so weird how it's like, yeah. No idea, man. YouTube's been funky all morning. I can't explain it. No, it's a full house. Dude, Brad's show last night had like 6,500 views. It was crazy. Freaking Brad's gonna be bigger than I am, bigger than me. That's incredible. Yeah, like no, it's not a good long, guys. Like trust me when I say it's just a hunch. That's such a huge. I'm usually in there. I always have it on in the background. IDOC and I went to this place that's like called Bodega Burgers. It was like a Houston themed smash burger place. For what you expect, and there was a line out the door. It was pretty packed. For what you expect for a smash burger place, it was on point. It was run by some food influencer guy, and I want to say maybe he was he's Middle Eastern for sure, but I don't know where he was from exactly. But so all the sauces on the burgers were like extra potent, extra flavorful, extra spicy. That's what I liked about it. There was like this garlic aioli that was like super garlicky. Like you guys ever go get like, you know, shawarma or something, it comes with like the garlic sauce, but it's like garlic. So yeah, it was like that. It was super good. And they had this like, I don't know, this spicy aioli, but it was like spicy. My nose was running. So that's how you know it's pretty good. It's pretty on point. So, but it's just like traditional smash burgers, like nothing special about the burger other than it was good. But we were like, let's go check it out because everybody's talking about it. And so we were not like we're standing in line. I'm listening to Brad talk. I'm waiting for my burger. It wasn't so bad of a wait. It was pretty quick. The line, there was probably like maybe 30, 40 people in line, and it was just kind of wrapped outside the building, but it was quick. Yeah, I had like 2 contracts on that TPT. Let me add some more to it. The gap fill. Like I said, I'm just burning them out. I don't care if I win or not. I want to be long in something just in case the tweet comes through, you know? I certainly did leave the trade early, but that's okay. I don't really care too much. MHP is always kind of a support. This is kind of a possible long-ish area. I don't want to overtrade this though, but I was like, I did want to be in something in case some kind of news comes through the pipeline and the news is just good. What's the timeline for the live stats? You mean on the chart? We haven't started the backtest project yet. We just have the historic data now. Currently, our scope is to get things in Go Charting and finish that up. To get things in NinjaTrader, then we circle back around and work on the live stats on the chart. I also been considering expanding the team so I can work on those projects concurrently. What's up, Master? What's up, man? Gotta go cut some keys. All right, man. Have a good day. This is the paid liquidity map indicator. Yes, sir. The one on the chart. This is the one. Let's see. We get just this 1 hour. We run up 3 minutes later. The market runs into a new hour. You think it's red candle, red candle? Every part of me is like, just be in something because Trump's gonna tweet something at any moment. All data's bearish again. Nothing's long at all. 9 o'clock is upon us in a moment. 3 minutes. The new hour starts. How many people, how many employees are in our team? 30. We officially have 30 employees now. I think people on socials don't realize how big we are. A lot of these operations out there are like a kid in a Discord, maybe some mods. We staff 30 paid employees. Can you be 31? Yeah, bro, we need a butcher, dude, to feed us the good stuff. You can be bringing steaks. I'll pay you handsomely, like an in-house butcher and chef, bro. I'm telling you. I'll be eating filet every day. Is so manipulated, it's crazy. I mean, it is end of the month craziness, right? There's at MHP. We are flipping into the new hour. But I kind of just like want to put in a small 2 contract long, like something. I feel like news is going to come through. For whatever it's worth, it's a terrible idea to trade here to the long side. Trust me, terrible idea. For whatever reason, the new hour is upon us. For whatever reason, I just feel the need. Like there's some kind of news coming through. I just feel it. Maybe, and again, this is the open with negative res, so S&P resilience is not too terribly bad. Inside of here, like I said, I'll just cut out if I'm wrong. I don't even really care too much about it. Please don't copy what I'm doing, guys. I'm doing my hunch trading again. Jay Powell's supposed to be speaking. I thought it said he was going to be at 9:30, but he didn't come on yet. Maybe I'm seeing. Oh, it's in 29 minutes from now. So, oh, my shit is set to the wrong time zone. Okay, yeah, it's 9:30 my time, not 9:30 Eastern. So Powell's talking in 30 minutes. 30 minutes. Yeah. Thanks, Tom. Yes, sir. All right, I'm taking a terrible idea, grabbing the dip here. The hour just switched and we had just this big red candle. If I'm wrong, it's another big red candle all the way to the bottom. So it not a big deal. But I'll just grab something open just on a hunch that We do possibly support with some stocks in liquidity pockets. We're actually hitting some baseline supports there. Nvidia, no dice. Nvidia's doomed. Apple, same thing. Apple's doomed. Meta's okay. Not terrible, but it could be worse. Microsoft Bull Zone. Microsoft has some support. ABGO, Bull Zone. ABGO has some support. Google on the gap fill has support. So this is like the sort of things can go either way direction from here. Resiliences are negative, so I don't have any evidence that the index wants to go higher, but it's like the opportunity is pretty decent in case we get a big old Trump tweet or something, right? And because I'm like, well, I know I'm flipping a coin and taking a small bet is appropriate when I don't have any strong confluence for the trade. We just felt monthly hedge pressure is a very, very, very strong pivot. The one I talked about earlier today, there's about a 24% chance or 26% chance we stay here and a 74% chance we go there because I'm trading against the probability on just a hunch that Trump gives us some good news or something. I'm just going to keep the trade small. 4 contracts not going to make or break, but it's at least something. If we get the news that pushes us all the way up to there, and I get 300 points or the market moves 10%, you know what I'm saying? Like haircut. You guys remember my haircut day when I was long in the market and I was not in a position? I closed out to get out of my position. I was not in a position when I went to get a haircut. I was talking to the barber on this magical date back in April last year. Barber's like, how's trading thing going, man? I hear the market's crazy. I'm like, oh, market's absolutely crashing, bro. Let me show you. And I pull out my phone and I show him and I was like, Nasdaq is up 10%. Wait, what? And we're looking at the market do this together. Well, I'm trying to show him that the market's crashing. And I was like, oh my God. Of all minutes, I was long probably a tiny position at the same time. If we come through and there's some kind of announcement, like I said, I'm not expecting it right now. I just have a hunch. It feels like quiet before the storm. And this was a great, fantastic 1 hour candle. We could spend all day making our way back up. I'm very bearish this market though. So don't at all. You could have turned bullish all of a sudden. I think there's the opportunity that we get that sort of thing today. Call it a hunch. I'm not in Baron Trump's group text. I'm probably 100% wrong, which is fine. But at the only bull pivot that we do have, this is the only bull pivot that we have, period. I'm willing to take a shot. There's nothing until here. So if I'm wrong small, and then I'm avoiding a big catastrophe. Put a little bit on the table for it. It's likely to keep flushing, but we'll see what happens. If we break through lows, I'm not gonna do anything. That bottom green is pretty far away. Yeah. So it's either the hourly chart's gonna look like one of two things. Either A, we had all night, and then we had this just one red candle. It's either gonna be second red candle that's equally strong, like this hour is gonna fall just as much, like this hour is gonna look like this, or here it's gonna get back to small red candle, small red candle, small red candle, and then news. Or maybe if not news, but at least just inch its way back up. This is 100% hunch and feel that some quiet before the storm, and then there's possibly some news that's gonna come out. Maybe the news might be bullish, who knows? But don't copy what I'm doing, by all means. TPT's system is mad glitched right now. I'm gonna have to do it. I'm gonna have to pull the strings. Go up to the top. Maybe it's just a sign. Yo, that's weird, right? YouTube's being funny. YouTube thinks we have 29 viewers right now. It's finally been exposed. Y'all are all bots, I knew it. All of you. Do me a favor, friends, hit that like button while you're here. I figured you were a bot, dude. We have 1,150 people in chat today. We've gotten pretty much bigger every single week, which is good. A lot of good growth. I think you guys are enjoying. I don't know. I mean, what do you guys like the most? Do you like the music, the whip it out song? Do you like the antics? Do you like the comedy? I like to think I'm funny. Do you like the education, the live trading? Y'all come here for the free levels? That's okay. A lot of people are like, I just want to see the levels, man. Matt, stop talking, show me the levels. I'm like, damn, you know, you could buy the platform, support the company, but all right, here's the free levels. The education is helpful, all the above. Half you freeloaders show up for the free levels. Okay with that. But if you do love what we do, you're more than welcome to buy it yourself. I do stream after all. We do have 30 mouths to feed, so it's a pretty large thing. Oh, let me check Discord really quick. I gotta chat with old Nadim. There we go, my boy. Oh no, I'm streaming, dude. Man, I'm one lucky motherfucker. Hey, what's up, dude? Oh man, you didn't have to donate like that. I really appreciate that. You guys are getting ready because we know boot camp's coming up. You guys love to donate. So our trader training boot camp, Saint 909s, appreciate it, man. Thank you for that. Donating $20 to the chat. And every time we get donations from our chat, we turn it into giving away free education for you guys. So that's going to turn into our first giveaway of the day, free boot camp. So boot camp is a 20-day trader education program that we do, and it's very awesome. So number one, not only is our boot camp probably the most substantial day trader training that you have, as I am a certified, genified, bona fide multimillionaire day trader, I don't make money selling courses. I've never sold courses for anything other than something reasonable. To take a course from Matt Cowart, it's going to cost you $1. That's it. That's all I charge is $1. Helps pay those 30 mouths talking about. But really, the boot camp's 20 classes. It's back to back, and each class is $1. That's it. Because there are idiots out there selling $6,000 day trading boot camp mentorships, and you're basically paying for their livelihood and whatever. And I teach the best day trading education there is for practically free. I don't make $1 off of that. It all goes to the company. So letting you guys know, bootcamp is a 20-day wreck your brain, reframe everything you know about the market from start to finish. We go about everything from trend identification, of how to find volume pivots, how to set up trade plans, risk and position management, position size control, all that stuff, stop loss philosophy, when to avoid the market, how to adjust for volatility, everything. We don't leave a single stone unturned. You will learn everything I know for the cost of bona fide, genified day trader, $1 a class. And people here, after they take the boot camp, it's become a tradition in this channel, which I love this community because it's the most flattering thing in the world, is that people come here and donate $20 because they want to buy it for a stranger. These are people that, honestly, guys, y'all are starting it again. And I hate y'all and I love y'all at the same time. That's fantastic. You guys that donate, or they're basically saying, I'm going to buy it for a stranger. You need to go through it. It's that good. So it really makes a lot of sense. Somebody say boot camps, LOL, appreciate it. So every time someone donates 20, there's a tradition here that I donate 60. And if you guys don't know, the last time that we did a boot camp, we had roughly 1,400 people come to it for free. That's how many donations there were, 1,400. Imagine numbers like that. Now, I'm just kind of like, maybe I'm closing the long too early if I get out, but I feel like I got lucky with this one too. Resilience is not greater than 0 yet. Let me pocket that 4,000 bucks. Like, I don't know. I feel weird about it again. Resilience didn't move. I wanted to see it move and got the half cap. It's still resistance. So I close that out. Anyways, there's a tradition here that if somebody donates 20, I'll donate 60 bucks personally. So I will also buy a boot camp for 3 additional people. So it looks like I got 8 to give away. It starts probably as soon as we launch Prop Score fully, which is like the 2nd week of April. Probably right after that, I'll do the boot camp. Their videos are pre-recorded. It goes over the statistics of our strategy, statistics of the market. I brought up some of this earlier, like one of these papers that we have right here. These are technical papers that we give to our members that have all the information you need to know about the stats of what it is we do. It's very sophisticated. Obviously, the results that I have are based solely on this trading strategy. So my results don't guarantee your results. Obviously, I'm a very experienced and talented day trader. Obviously, those of you guys aren't going to just flip a switch and be awesome tomorrow. But as far as getting you started on your journey, don't go pay some prop knucklehead $6,000, $7,000, $8,000, $10,000 to learn how to blow up prop accounts. You know, learn something for. Don't go spend your money on education. Free or cheap. There's so much free or cheap out there. So what I'm going to do is give away 8 slots. You can immediately watch you can actually watch the videos now. You don't have to wait for the lives. Type in the word bootcamp in chat if you would like to enter the drawing. I feel like YouTube is freezing again for some reason, so chat isn't showing up. I feel like in a second it's about to go. See, the numbers aren't updating. YouTube's being funky today. I will teach you guys how to do what I do. It's a big group class. And in the class, it's every day for 20 days. So it's designed to be a boot camp. You don't stop. If you watch the videos now, watch one video every day for 20 days. You can watch the videos or you can do the lives. Lives are slightly better, but the videos are just as good. Somebody said, paid for out of pocket over the weekend, went through 9 of the videos, and must say the education is far greater than the money that you will spend. I'm glad you're enjoying it. And I think that even an experienced trader who's actually fairly experienced will also learn stuff they never knew before either. It's got something for everybody. If you're a new trader, it is like information overload. It will be everything you ever need to know about day trading for that 20 bucks. It's because our thought was like, we need to make the whole program the cost of a book and make it very cheap. The idea being that, you know, obviously I prove my worth in the trading world. I also like to be a thorn in the side of the industry. I'm known as a disruptor in the space to the degree that I get in a lot of people's, you know, most people love us, but some people don't like how truthful we are about the space. So, but we like to be a thorn in the side of the industry. I think that people that sell trading education are broke and terrible traders. just about every single one of them. I can't name too many people that sell anything that's worth $1 you spend. So we were like, I made the world's greatest trading program. I don't got a marketing team marketing it to you on YouTube. I can see commercials for it out there. And then it's $1 a class. So that people can really feel like when they go out there and somebody tries to pitch you something for 10 grand, you can say, oh, fuck this. That's not worth my money. Like I want to disrupt what other people are doing. You're here to tell Matt he's amazing and thank you for teaching you how to trade. The last year, every day it's really become impactful to your life. As of a month ago, being above water and finally profitable gray line trading. Dude, I love hearing stories like that, man. It's so crazy how like day trading, it only takes a few nudges to get people on the right track. There's a lot of people that feel like they're so lost with this. And while that may be the case, you don't know where to start. And the few nudges I give most people, especially in the boot camp, is all about position sizing, position management. Like the nudges that I give you are all about how to manage that position size and have confluence for it. And when you realize that the majority of your skill set in trading is about managing position size, not predicting the market, then you start to see the changes. And it's a very rapid change once you adhere to like a really rigid risk management strategy. I mean, that's really the night and day difference for most people. We get access to the indicator? No, but if you buy the indicator, the boot camp is free. Also, if you buy Rocket Scooter, which is $99 for the first month and like $159 every month after, but the first month, boot camp is free. So if you use our platform, you can come to boot camp every time we do it for free. So that's also a perk. You don't have to pay extra for it. So if you buy the indicators, boot camp's free. So go to the website. Here, let me get to you guys. But people do donations because they like to buy them for each other. It's really awesome how this place is. So every time I get donations to the stream, I always give it away. As a matter of fact, you guys remember, you remember Pat Whelan had that trading tournament? Y'all remember that? Like 10,000 people entered and I got first place in it. He paid me $10,000. Here's a link to the indicators. And I took that $10,000 and I gave it away to you guys. I didn't even keep it. We're different here. We're the only people out there doing this thing right. The way it needs to be done. That's the link that I posted to the software. This is the link to the bootcamp. Yeah, super chat is how you donate. Yeah, you have to sub to the channel and do the super chat. I'm going to. Get the TBT elevating this to the supervisor. It's been kind of a hassle trying to get this one thing fixed, but they're working on it. Like I said, there's just I mean, I work in tech, so obviously I understand how it glitches. The employees that you have, they only work off of what they know and what they're trained on, and this is a one-off case, so I'm not even trying to be a Karen about it. I understand that I'm like, man, I wish they would fix it. Trust me, I understand how it goes too. Sometimes there's just a weird one-off glitch that you cannot understand and it just happens. So, their tech support agents are just reading off a script. So they've never experienced a glitch like this. So it takes a few rounds for me to finally convince them, something's up. This is my last go that I'm going to pull my strings and call the brass and see if they can help me. All right, how it works. All right, now I'm gonna do a random drawing on ChatGPT. Hold on. Choose. Thank you guys for your donations, by the way. Choose 8 random names from this list, and the AI gods shall decide your fate. If you don't, and you want to do the bootcamp, it's only $20, or if you buy the software, it's free. From the list of names, 8 people have been chosen. Cosmic Wick Sniper, or Cosmic Wick Sinper, Jamie Cartwright, Ryan6692, Foreman FX, Maybe X O'Free, Corey Schubert, the glorious Infinity 888. Congratulations, y'all are the winners. How you get your prize is you're going to go down to the contest channel in my Discord, talk to an admin named Slacks, and send him a screenshot of your YouTube ID. The Discord link is in the description below the video. Congrats to the winners. And we do tons of giveaways on the stream. We'll do prop giveaways in just a little bit as well. So hang tight. What is all of this? Donations memorial. Oh, that's so cool. Andrew has been saving a boot camp memorial, a donation memorial for people that have donated to the stream. That's incredible. You know, one time, speaking of Pat, one time Pat came in here and threw $500 at the stream to advertise whatever he was advertising. And we also gave it away as boot camps. I'm looking here in this memorial of all the big donations we've had. Kevin threw 100 for boot camp bonanza. We've saved all of them. Andrew created a little scrapbook for you guys. That's cute. Cute. The new invite-only accounts at Lucid? I did not. I've been out of the loop this last week or so. Just been too busy. Have I considered Kick as an alternative to stream? YouTube's been glitchy for some time now. Like, the reason not for Kick, because I feel like Kick as a company supports streamers who are fucking morons. Like, I see Kick streamers like walking around and terrorizing people and creating stupid shit for content. I feel like maybe if I was like 20 years old, you know, and I wanted to just be a shithead on a stream, like YouTube is a lot more substance than Kick. I feel like adults wouldn't watch Kick, so I would never touch it. Like, you couldn't pay me to be on that platform. You know what I'm saying? You see, like, Rip streams and Kick. Yeah, but I don't know. Maybe he's got a partnership with them or something. I don't know why you would actively choose Kick. Well, actually, I kind of know why. It's not a bad decision to be the only, like, you know, that guy, the stock guy or whatever on Twitch, the only person capturing like 100% of Twitch's trading audience. It's not a big one, but to be one of the only ones there. And I think that a couple of people streaming on Kick will just capitalize on the entire audience there, which is a business decision, not a bad idea. But I certainly don't want, you know, the limited viewer base there would be for trading. I wouldn't want to. It'd be like me trying to do trading on Twitch. There's not a lot of audience for it. But I guess for scammers and drug addicts, yeah, gambling, it's just Rips is streaming on Kick because you can gamble on Kick. I forgot about that too. And he's a professional poker player on the side, so you know, Rips makes a lot of sense. That's where like you can do that. And he's doing both on his channel, which is I think fitting for that kind of audience, right? But for me, like in general, when I see online and it's like so and so streamer, you know, got attacked because they were trolling somebody in a grocery store, and then the police came out and it's always somebody on Kick, and you're just like, you know, for me, for professional credibility, I wouldn't go there. Is it owned by a crypto casino? Oh, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Is he advertising steak? Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah. It'll never take off for day trading. That's one thing. I mean, at least not now. It's not where anybody's really going to. Yeah, Kick was created because Twitch banned crypto casino streaming. Yeah, that's what I heard too. It's good for people like iDoc, who has a stream, you know, her, you know, real life content where you walk around and film yourself doing whatever. That's good for that. But for like a day trading stream, there wouldn't be an audience for it. Rips is leveraging his, I'm sure he's leveraging his poker audience into day trading viewers, which is I think is a smart decision for someone like him. Yeah. I think that's actually a beautiful marriage of all his skill sets into like one content funnel. For me though, not for what we do. It'd be like the equivalent of me uploading content to TikTok. You know, I don't think adults watch TikTok that often compared to YouTube. There's a prestige I think that YouTube has that, because you know, when you hear TikTok, you're like, oh, people dancing and music, and then you hear like kick, you're like, oh, you know, shitheads, you know, throwing water balloons at people in the mall, and you're like, okay. YouTube, and I'm like, oh, I've watched some pretty substantial, like Veritasium is on YouTube, you know, like all the big educational, you know, it's just a little more bravado, I think, to YouTube. But I've always thought about expanding other places. We used to co-stream on Twitch for like a couple months just to test it out. Our Twitch stream got 5 viewers, dude. Like nobody, there's not an audience for it. The people that watch day trading on Twitch are watching it because the person they watched took them there, not because they were just naturally floating around on Twitch and decided to stop watching Burnt Peanut for a minute and let's start watching some day trading. The people that watch Twitch literally have their gaming streamer on in the background while they play games. DJR brought a bunch of kids over there. Oh my god, that guy. Oh my, oh my. If there was ever a reason that God would start the rapture early, it would be that guy. One glance at him, he's like, oh, we got to reset everything. Phone it in. Yep. Go ahead. Start the rapture. It's time. We waited way too long. I got you. We did something wrong, guys. We got to start over. Well, long career? No, nah. I think the market, that opportunity to take that scalp long, I bailed because we had the half gap with resistance. After this hour, if it goes lower or higher, it's going to dictate the direction of the rest of the day. So like lower lows is really lower lows. If it creeps up higher here and this white line goes greater than 0, I'd be willing to maybe take a stab at it here, but it's usually very risky because once we hit the upper band and sell off, I usually don't try to continue to long. If it's not moving within this hour, then it's not moving. But the idea I thought was like, let me be in on something just in case something comes out. My hunch is now over. Pal should be talking in a minute though. So my hunch is gone. I had a hunch that was short-lived. I was like, something's gonna happen in a minute, but I feel like the hunch is gone. So it says, Matt, you're a high IQ golden retriever in the trading space. I like golden retriever. That's like it's a very friendly, loving animal. I like some of the best of the dog breeds. Add you on MySpace, bro? I don't know, man. I only have 8 friends. I only keep my top 8. I don't have anyone else. Can you hint about the Tradify update? I can't say anything until they announce it. Well, it's pretty cool. New stuff. Oh, let me give y'all some teasers. Hold on. Sure, why not? Let's do, let me see. Sure, let me throw y'all a teaser. Is it going to be? Let me go reread what I. Just as a hint. Hold on. Somebody said, will there be new accounts? I'll answer one question. I'll answer 2 questions, but not with detail. I'll let them make the announcement. I'll tease two questions. All right. I will tease an answer to 2 questions only, without the detail. Just answer the question. What would you like to know? Are you allowed to trade news on a funded pro My Funded Futures account? Can you news trade on My Funded Futures? Prop score team, do you guys know the answer to that? I can't remember. I think you can, but I'm not really sure. Maybe you can't. On pro you can't. There's like rapids or others you can. I think it's pro that you can't, not on pro. Everything else you can. Yeah. TPT you also can't news trade. Sorry, news events. All right, 2 questions. Is it rapid you can't as well? Okay, thank you. Lower days to payout. Specific question. Okay. Will there be new accounts? Yes, there will be. That's pretty big. One more question. Lower days to payout is a specific question. I'm not gonna answer specifics. Ask a general question. I'm teasing. I'm not dropping the bombs. I'm gonna let them do their thing, but I'm giving you some teasers. Will there be new accounts? Yes. And the Tradeify. Please make a live on Zoom. No delay on Zoom. YouTube has a delay of 6 seconds. Berto, as unfortunate as it is, I'm not gonna stream on Zoom because that would entail the ability for you guys to copy my trades, and I don't think that's. Again, I'm the anti-guru here, right? Yes, you'll get my signals faster, but I'm not here to give you guys trading signals, so you're gonna have to deal with the delay. It's purposeful. It's only 6 seconds though, you know. Yeah, it would be more helpful, right? You guys can see my entries in real time, but no offense. I love all of you guys. I love teaching you how to trade. I don't give 2 shits if any of y'all make any money and follow my lead. Don't care. I'm not pay me to follow my trades kind of service. I think that people like to do that don't deserve to win. So I always have had a delay for purpose. I love you guys a lot, but I don't love y'all that much. You know what I mean? It's true. How can you copy your trades? Well, Mario, I gotta go on the group text. It's gonna cost you $9,999 a month. And that's it. But then I get you on the group text and I'll text you all my signals through Telegram. Pal is live. Oh, thanks, bud. All right, let's get Pal up here on the screen. And I'm just joking when I say that. I love you, bro, who was saying that. I take a really strong stance against copy trading. I don't want people to copy my trades. There used to be a 30-second delay on YouTube, but then it was unwatchable. So we settled out for the average YouTube delay. It's only 4 to 6 seconds. Not that big. But depends on where you are in the world. We're given education, not bot signals. Yeah, and it's so funny that how big our community actually grew. We'll do one more boot camp. Thank you for the donation again. 4 more. Everyone type in boot camp again one more time. Appreciate that. As big as we got, it's on the platform of education. I don't have a callouts channel in Discord. There's no signals. Matt doesn't post his plays, nothing. I don't even talk in Discord. That's another thing people always talk about is what's Matt's Discord like? They're like, Matt's not even there. It's very true. I occasionally pop in and say hi, but it's a Discord of you guys. One of the biggest futures Discords out there, most successful futures Discord out there, and the biggest and best, and what makes it so good, you guys. It's a crazy thought. It's not some guru run thing where everybody's like in a cult of the guru. It's weird. We're different. Yeah, we're different. But as much as it would be nice for you to get my signals in real time, I kind of take an ethical stance against that. As unfortunate as it is, it'd be kind of cool for me to follow a streamer and take his plays in real time too, but you're here to learn. That's it. I know it sucks. How many extra millions of dollars I can make a year selling my signals, because I'm pretty fucking good at trading. I could pocket off of the hope of every other trader out there by having you guys pay a subscription fee. We do all that extra work, posting my signals. I could probably be making hundreds of extra thousands of dollars per month selling that service. But then I'd also hate myself for selling that service. If somebody named Matt talks to you on Discord, it's definitely fake. That's true. That is true. If you do get a message from somebody named Matt on Discord, it's gonna not be me. That's as little as I talk. But I'm always in Discord talking, but it's always to the team. We're always building stuff and making stuff. As far as like community, here's my play, here's my thing. Yeah, it's for being one of the biggest trading Discords there is, I'm relatively absent from it. But when it comes to boot camp and stuff, I'm 100% there. When it comes to training education, I'm there. Like day to day, I'm not like, here's my play. What's Matt doing? Now everybody's like, what's Matt doing? What's Matt doing? Not like that. You guys are focused on learning from each other. It's a true community. It's a beautiful thing we've created. That's what I love about it. All right, we'll spin the wheel 4 more times. We'll do spinny wheels this time. That's why I say we're the best trading community. Because it's not some cult of guru. It's literally people learning from each other. It's really cool. It's cool to be part of it. It's funny, it's like I'm more like a member than a leader. And as a member, I'm kind of quiet. I'm kind of shy. I learn from you guys. I read it a lot. I don't write a lot, but I definitely read a lot. I listen to everything you guys, opinions. I like to scroll through it, see what y'all are saying. Addy Sword Pop. First one, typing something in chat. Do I ever see my strat becoming less and less effective as time goes by? Any volume-based pivoting strategy only becomes more effective as time goes by. There's no way that Wall Street can counter what it is we're doing. We're basically, again, there's an effect that you can have. That's a good question you can always ask. Dave, so I was saying I don't communicate in Discord because after buying my membership, I was in talks with you a lot yesterday. Was this not you? I don't know if you're just joking to be funny, but yeah, if that is true, it's 100% not me. Nope. I will never message anybody in Discord, not once. You have to double check. They're becoming very sophisticated, these scammers. They're usually like, the first thing they'll tell you is, please turn off all incoming DM requests. If that is an immediate red flag to you, that a stranger would tell you to do that, you got to check your gullibility code at the door, because you kind of falling for it. The very first message is usually like, hey, there's a lot of scammers here. So just so you know, turn off all incoming friend requests. That way you can only talk to me. Well, immediately they just isolated you, and easy as that. 0% chance I will ever DM a single person in this community for any reason whatsoever. I will never, ever, 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 ever talk to you. Not once. For any reason. There's an issue with your account, you'll talk to me, or you'll talk to Andrew. But you will never see me welcome you to the community. Hey, hope things are going good. Hey, I'll never pitch you anything, sell you anything. When you join that Discord, you will never talk to me there. You won't see me in chat. You won't see me talking in chat. You won't see me DMing you, that's for damn sure. So just be careful. They'll try to get you, don't turn on incoming DMs. That way we can't ever reach out to you, or any other scammer can reach out to you. That's what they're doing, because there's a million scammers lurking. They make sure no one else can talk to you. And then they condition you into something. By the way, I know you just joined this awesome Discord that this, you know, hi, I'm Matt. Thanks for joining my Discord. By the way, did you know I have a secret Telegram channel that I don't talk about on my stream that's only there for just you and special people I've chosen? You want to learn how to really make millions of dollars? I know on my stream I say I don't give signals, but I secretly do. This is the pitch. I would fall for it. I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty convincing. But when you look at the account, it's definitely not me. There's no, you know, you can see that account is not part of the Discord, you know, things like that. So yeah. Now there's a fake Andrew floating out there too. It's gotten pretty bad. That great conversation that I had with you was fake. Well, it's real in your heart, then that's all that matters. That's all that matters. What should you so if you won the giveaway, go to the Discord, go to the contest channel, and in that channel, talk to Slack, send him a message yourself. That's why we tell you guys to send him a message in that channel, because that's how you know it's the real one. Don't tell how they make it work. LOL. Yeah. I'm not that Prince Matt that DMs you. No. My secret Telegram channel, or worst, there was one that was floating around back in the day where people were and again, as much as I talk about how I've never owned a crypto coin in my entire life, there was one that was convincing people years ago, like in 2020, to invest money into some account, some brokerage account or something related to crypto. And people were giving money to this thing thinking it was me. And I have a heartbreaking story in regards to that. One more winner. And the heartbreaking story was there was a girl that I knew that like years prior, I went out on a date with from a dating app. We went out one time. I liked her a whole lot. She was cool. But then she just, you know, she had a kid. She had a baby. She just had a baby. Right. So she wasn't in the mood to like do anything serious. So she's like, you know, I've had a great day with you, but, you know, I'm just kind of like not in the dating mindset right now. I kind of just want to be by myself and do my own thing. I was like, oh, that's cool. Well, you know, keep in touch. And we stayed in touch as friends as the years went by. Like casual friends, you know, just occasional chat on Instagram here and there. But like years went by and this girl reached out. And she was like, hey, you know, by the way, winners, go to the contest channel, the Discord, talk to Slacks, send them a screenshot of your YouTube ID and claim your prize. So this girl was like reaching out, was like, hey, you know, I'm a little nervous about, you know, the account. Do you mind? Like, I can't get a hold of you. And I've been trying to talk to you. And like, you know, how come you're ignoring my messages? And I'm like, huh? I'm like, we haven't talked in a very long time. How are you doing, by the way? She's like, no, but what do you mean we haven't talked in a long time? We've been talking like every day. And I'm like, no, we haven't. She reached out to me on like somewhere else. She reached out to me like, I don't know where it was. And I think the scam was on Instagram or somewhere. And it turns out, and it's a very, 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 very sad story. It turns out, well, this girl, now she was a wealthy entrepreneur. She's a business owner. The funny story of the business, she owns a sex lube business. It's there's a business for everything out there. They're lubricant manufacturers. So anyways, she's very wealthy, very well off. And yeah, that was a fun conversation on the first date. Anyways, this is many years before iDoc. And so you can't make it up. And it was actually kind of cool. It's a very lucrative business, by the way. And this girl drove an Audi R8. So, you know, she was pretty well off. And so anyways, the sad part of the story was that she was like, when she realized she wasn't talking, at first she thought I was just like being weird. She was like, you know, I'm actually really nervous. Can you stop joking around right now? I was like, I have no idea what you're nervous about. What are you talking about? And I was like, I swear we have not been talking. And then she starts sending me some messages. She's like, this isn't you. And I'm like, it's not me. She's like, no, but it is you. And I was like, I don't have a second Instagram account. I would be talking to you here. She's like, yeah, I did kind of think that was weird, but she said, you know, you talk to people, you keep this one separate for your trading and this one's your personal. And I'm like, it's got the same pictures. Same everything. It's not a different account. It's the same account. They literally copied me. Look at the date when it started. That account, like look at the oldest photo. The oldest photo is years after. Look, I took this photo like, you know, 10 years ago. And that photo was just posted last year kind of thing. And she's like, oh my God. And I'm like, what happened, right? So this girl, I got her to send me everything. Here's what happened. Here's the angle they played. This person went through the romance angle. And apparently after that first date, this girl was in love. And I was the guy that got away. And she sat there like, because their conversation was like that, you know, you were the one that got away and I always thought about you. And I always thought we were meant to be together. And it was such fate. And the guy was like, yeah, it's fate. It's fate that fate brought us back together again. And fate brought us back together so you can do this investment opportunity with me. And the guy played disgusting. And it's the perfect storm because it so happened to be the girl's weakness for this guy. And he thought it was me. And the guy was romancing her up. And she thought we were going to run away together and everything. And she was like, I feel so foolish. And I was like, no, please. I was like, this happens to a lot of people. Don't feel. She's like, no, it's not the money. She's like, I feel so stupid because I thought we were connecting again. And then it was like, I was like, oh my God. I've never felt so bad for anyone in my entire life. It was months of their conversation. They talked about trips they were going on. This guy was like, I can't wait to be part of your kid's life. It was like that. Not funny at all. Imagine being like a woman, you know, that you're a horrible father to your kid who left you, and then you're alone, and you go on a date with you go on one date ever, and then you realize you're not ready for it, but then it was like such a good date that you have hope that you have somebody you can finally connect with, another entrepreneur, this and that. Dude, sick, right? And so she wired like 25,000 bucks. It wasn't a lot for someone like her. It was like 25,000 bucks or whatever to invest in some crypto thing. And she was like, you know, it's not really the money that hurts so much. It's the fact that it really wasn't you talking to me that hurts so much. I was like, oh God, that felt so bad. And there's nothing I can do about it. That's the sucky thing, is there's really nothing I can do about it, because it's not me and whatever. But I did. She's like, you know, filled out a police report with the local PD, and I was like, you know, have them reach out to me if they need a statement or something. I can definitely assist. Yeah, but it's heartbreaking, right? Can you believe that? That line, you know, it's not the money, it's the fact that I thought I was talking to you and it wasn't you. And they were playing on trips, dude. It was, she sent me everything. I know I still got it somewhere. In her respect, I can't really show it to y'all, but dude, I'm telling you, crazy, right? They get creative. Romance angle they have, and again, I'm sure the romance angle wouldn't work with everybody, because that they would see. The thing is, if somebody came at you with a romance angle, right, it would feel a little off, right? Because we have no interactions before. Like if you got a message from Matt and Matt was like, hey there, good looking, hey there, ooh, I like your photo. If I immediately like started flirting in your DMs, you'd find that to be kind of suspicious. That's not my personality, right? You would know. But if you happen to just do it at the right time, to the right person who kind of hoped that was what was going to happen, there's only one kind of person that would fall for it, right? Is a person that would have prior romantic relations. It wouldn't work with a stranger. So it's weird that I guess on a personal Instagram, somebody took that angle, because maybe they just like immediately just started, once they started feeling, I think she probably leaned into it first, if I remember. She's like, you know, it's been so long. I'm so excited to hear from you. Yada, yada. I bet you that person saw that and just ran with it. You trust it, liquidity? Well, yeah, I mean, I'd flirt with you though, bro. I mean, that's it though. You feel like the luckiest man in the world. I'm gonna DM half of you guys tonight and be like, I'm like, hey, what's up, cutie? Hey, good looking. But yeah, so like long story short, be very careful out there with anybody's Discord. The problems with Discord, because Discord is built by a bunch of fucking lazy Gen Z losers that I've like sent angry message to all the time. The CEO of Discord is a fucking loser. I'm telling you. They like a hamster on a fucking hamster wheel could program better security into an app like Discord. It is a very, very, very poorly integrated social media platform that does none of the protections that every other social media platform does. It's so stupid how you don't have a verification system. Allow somebody like me to take a photo of my head while doing this and submit a driver's license. You can put a check mark by my name so you know that it's me. And any other photo that appears that looks like me, AI can remove it and say this is a copycat account. In the world of AI, I don't understand why I don't think like this. Other thing that they did was that you get a message from RS Matt, right? It looks just like this. And that's the DM that sends you a DM, RS Matt. That's exactly my chosen profile name. But there's an actual username underneath that. That looks like that. But you have to like click this to expand to see this. Why you get a DM from somebody's chosen name and not the real name assigned to them, I have no idea. Who would ever think of that in a social media platform? I think I'm gonna become Donald Trump today and start messaging everybody about a tax break that they're gonna get. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can just become Donald Trump tonight. Anyways, like, because of that, people get scammed. Millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars per week out of people's hands because of imposters. And it's hurting businesses, hurting everything. It's class action lawsuit level kind of stuff. You be Donald Trump and just mention to everybody, don't worry, bro, the war is going to be over. And to celebrate it, buy this crypto coin because I'm going to say something tomorrow about it on the news and wear a red tie and it's going to go straight up to the moon, baby. Let's buy it together. I should just start doing that until it finally makes Discord change. We should just all start doing that. Just to like, you know, ruin the system until they change it. Be great. J-Pal's talking right now. That's correct. Keep the news up. But, you know, the security is such a simple... So I got financial juice loaded and I'm looking for the red text to come through when Pal's talking. I don't know if he's going to say anything game changing, but he could. Just kind of keep your eyes and ears open here. But you know what I'm saying? Like, why can't we do a verification with a check mark? Why not have a feature that you can have by default that nobody can send you a DM unless they are in a channel that you share a channel with and have a specific role in that channel that that channel allows. An example is once you pass the paywall in Rocket Scooter, then you have a certain role. And then it can say that that person's not allowed to DM you or send a request if you only share a channel with them and that the channel owner allows that, because the channel owner can do verifications. Like there's a million ways to solve it. I love it to where people that join my community can't get messaged by a DM period unless it's by somebody that shares the community with them. Therefore, you're weeding out strangers and cold calls that you don't know. Makes obvious sense to me, but like I said, Discord doesn't seem to care. It's always been a thorn in my side, man. You know what I mean? Was the fix for you to curb twitchy fingers to trading? You got better at cleaning your entries, but I feel like you overmanage your trades still. Twitchy fingers trading, you overmanage your trades. Here's a rule that I can't remember who said this, but there was a person that said, basically once I enter a trade, I leave it there for the rest of the day. It's hard to do that at first, they said, but they said, I realize anytime I manage it, I always make a decision that costs me money. So once I'm in the trade, I either hit my stop loss or I ride it till the end of the day, and that's pretty much it. Because most days usually continue the trend that it's on, and that's it. So they had to like force themselves just to like, once I'm in, I just hands off. And I know that's a call the developers of Discord. I've sent messages to everybody in that damn company, including the CEO, and they all go to read. One time Discord finally was like, we're finally listening to you, man. Like, you know, it's like that scene in Shawshank Redemption where Andy Dufresne wrote a letter to the state controller like every week for years until they're finally like, all right, fine, we'll give you the library. Like, we'll give you money. We'll fund you. Just shut the fuck up. Right? I felt like that. And Discord finally reached out and was like, you know, we hear you. Thank you for writing us all the time about this. We'd love to work with you. Send us all your ideas. And I sent them all their ideas and then never heard back. Oh, I love Shawshank. What a good movie. Like, Jesus, just quit writing us. We'll give you what you want. Check mark. Put a check mark by somebody's name. Get verified. How do you verify? Submit a driver's license. That way, any photo that shows up that appears to be just like you can't be used. Like, this was the cool part about what I thought NFTs could actually fix. I usually think NFTs had a utility. A unique avatar. Thank God. No one can copy me. There can't be another person using this photo anywhere on the net. I love it. Can't AI say when you try to add a profile photo, it can say, nope, too similar. You know, AI can have a score. Why none of you, if you guys want to make a security company out there, take this idea and go be a fucking billionaire, because you will exit this company within a year. It's some kind of security agency that you can sell to every major social media outlet out there. And what it does is it basically verifies unique profile photos after photo and driver's license verification for an owner. That way nobody can copy their avatar. Somebody go become a billionaire with that idea, please. and I'd love to see it happen. I don't have time to build it myself. Imagine that nobody can have your profile photo. AI can say, when you somebody try to submit a copycat, AI can say, nope, we don't accept that photo. Please submit something different. It's called an NFT. Yeah, right? You thought an NFT was gonna be the salvation for all that. So I actually was like, damn, NFT is gonna solve the scammer problem. I'm excited about that. Looks like we're bouncing here. Resilience is slightly greater than 0. I just had a hunch that it might try to bounce here. I don't see it being super tradable. Would I short it from this junction? I wouldn't. Not from here. My next project. Oh, I don't have time for that. I'm trying to wind down on my tech endeavors. I built so much tech. I want to focus solely on Rocket Scooter and Prop Score. That's it. Yeah, that's it. You know how much data you'd have to stock? Well, that's the thing. The logistics of that sound pretty gnarly, but I think at the end of the day, KYC type companies stock similar amount of data. There's an entire KYC that uniquely verifies a trader, for instance, in prop firms. That way, you can't copy anyone else, and nobody else can pretend to be you. You're a unique entity. It's tied to you, your social, your face, your license, all that. And so it works to a great degree of success to prevent people from, re-entering the prop game once they've been banned, right? So it's a KYC company instead it just does image verification. And same kind of thing. Why nobody's ever thought of that? Imagine how cool that would be. Do I want to be an angel investor on that project? I mean, a project of that magnitude would need some serious amount of funding. And I'm talking serious. I would say to seed a company like that, you probably need 20 to 30 million. Staff, technology, 5 years of op expense. I don't know how much server capacity you're gonna need to buy or build or whatever. That goes beyond what I'd be willing to invest in a project like that. That's like Silicon Valley level. Again, I don't know that what you would need to staff up for something as massive as that, but oh yeah, you would certainly need an 8-figure seed for that. You probably need a whole bunch of developers, a staff, and maybe at least 5 or 10 to start, probably even more. All kind of like front end, back end. I mean, it's pretty crazy. Probably for the AI portion, they need a whole nother 10 people. I don't know much about it, but hell yeah, that'd be a pretty cool project though. You need 50 million just for logistics. Yeah, probably just for logistics alone, maybe 50 would be right. Yeah, you gotta go call Sequoia or somebody. Go out to Silicon Valley. I mean, I'll invest in your coffee shop or your restaurant. That's where I am in life. You need $1 million? All right, I got you. You need 20 and 50. You're gonna start getting in one bite, in one investment. Oh, that becomes risky. That becomes risky at my level. 50 million bite in one play. Oh, I don't got billions sitting there, guys. You need $1 million? I got you. I got you. So you want me to help you fund your coffee shop, your yoga studio? You need $3 million? I got you. Want to invest in a smoothie shop? Yeah, like I can do stuff like that. Commercial real estate. Like I drop 10 or 20 bills on a commercial real estate property. Or 20 mil, sorry. I said bills, million on real estate. It's a diversified investment right there. But on a tech play, oh, I don't got that kind of YOLO money. What is this, Rip? Powell's talking. I think a lot. Again, a lot of it. What I said earlier was I just had a hunch. It just the way it felt like it was going to move. My hunch was right. But I think from here it's kind of hard to predict. I wouldn't short it from here though. From here further. Probably end of the month mechanics. Nice. Oh, let me double check with my dev here. I'm pretty happy though. I'm 28,500 today. I can't really complain. I feel like there's too much craziness going on for me to really want to risk anything here just yet. This is too much travel and I don't have any real A+ pivots nearby. I wouldn't personally short a second time off of the band when it touches again, with the ratio getting slightly better. Resilience is better than half, so it's trying to go fill the gap. This very well could make its way higher and keep going. My email, matt@rocketscooter.com. If it's a business, I only invest at this time locally in Houston or in Texas in general. So I've been trying to expand outward into like Austin and other places. But if you're not in Texas, no dice. I'll hear your pitch though if you're in Texas. Buy your automated hydroponic farm, bro. That sounds cool actually. It sounds really cool. Yeah, send me your, if you're in Houston especially, send me your pitch deck. If you're in Austin, maybe San Antonio-ish area, Dallas might be a little far. I kind of want to stay in an area where I can be in the vicinity to help and be part of it and stuff and visit. And I don't want to be, you know, taking multiple plane trips for $1 million play. You'll clone Rocket Scooter with Claude and sell the subscription? Bro, what a genius idea. I like it. I like it. How do I get in on that? I want to clone Rocket Scooter and sell it for subscriptions too. That'd be great. I'll invest in that. I do have the group chat from Baron. That's true. He texts me every time what to buy, what to sell. Like I said, had that hunch. As my friend Brian would say, you have a hunch, buy a bunch. How about Cypress, Texas? That's pretty close. Close enough. I'm gonna buy a real rocket scooter. We should build a business that makes real rocket scooters. Dude, this market has me so scared to stay in positions for long periods of time. Like, I'm in and out, like, just because of the stupid, you know, news-driven market. I've had to adapt my trading style. To really just like, I just found out that like, I don't hold for long periods of time anymore. Not until this war stuff is over. You know what I'm saying? It's a weird, I think it's like such a weird economy already. And to have like that news driven sort of trading, it's too much. right. There's that halfway point and half gap with positive res. This is a long entry point. If one were opportunistic on the bull side. Maybe. Do I want to take it? Nah. Half gap positive res. Maybe work his way back up right here. Overshoot one little tab. 31. Do I? Dare I? It's the cliche trade to short every pop. With a move like this, we're probably going to sit still in here for a little bit. It's probably going to span the range a couple more times then. But ultimately, I think the direction ultimately is up for today. Is it time for prop firm giveaways already? Oh my gosh, is that time again? Ladies and gentlemen, you have approached the turn of the hour. Oh, as we love to do here, I figured out how to turn this to being English. Apparently Botrix had like this update where you had to go to the main page, not this page. And at the top of the list, the top of the page, there's a little box you can click and select your language. Apparently Spanish was selected. So we're back, baby, in English. Now I know what I'm looking at. Look, participants, last winner. Oh, it's so nice. All right. Let's type in ETF. This is our first giveaway. Elite Trader Funding. First thing we ever do. Okay, Paso. Yeah, so like Botrix was in Spanish for the last month and we didn't know what was going on. I mean, I'm from Texas. It's almost required that you know at least a little bit of Spanish living in Texas because it's everyone here speaks Spanish. I mean, it's everywhere. So I learned Spanish in high school. I knew enough to understand most of it, but the whole thing was in Spanish. We could figure out why. And people were like, are you using a VPN or something? I'm like, I'm not. I can't figure it out. But I never looked at the main Botrix page until over the weekend when I was resetting up all my tabs and stuff. And I was like, oh, there's a little, top right, there's a little drop down. Select your language. Very nice. Now we're back to English, baby. Back to English. Hold on, I have my glasses on my hand. Desde España. Give me, I speak Spanish. Let me start over by saying I don't speak Spanish. I understand enough of hearing people speak Spanish that I can have a conversation-ish, very minimalistic with Spanish. Like when it comes to, you know, basic stuff. I don't sound fluent at all. I don't know enough, but I can say like, you know, up, down, left, right, this way, that way, do this, say this, think this, you know, like I sound like a toddler, I'm sure, speaking, but like enough to communicate with, at the bare minimum to get the point across, which means like a 1 out of 10. So don't give me any credit. Just enough that I remembered, from what I learned in high school. Well, I do understand. I do see the word beer. I see cervezas. Let's go. That's awesome. But like just enough, right? My glasses on. You said, I'm seeing words in chat said, tienes que aprender, hermanos. That means, tener means to have, so or basically like I like that you are learning, brother. I think that's what that says. See, I don't know enough. You guys, y'all are so advanced. Y'all are native speakers. I'm already lost. Anybody ever submit anything for the red line indicator? I had a couple people try, but nobody's finished it though yet. Does IDOC speak Spanish? No. Like I say, I don't speak. I understand. Like I can hear what people are saying, and I can kind of get a little bit, but again, it's not like when I talk to our contractors outside who are building our fence, I literally had to sit there with Google Translate. So it's not like it's not like I can carry a conversation. But I'll definitely would learn. It's very in Texas. It's extremely useful. And we're right next door to Mexico. I mean, you have so much Mexican influence in Texas. I mean, we used to be part of Mexico at some point in the olden days before 1836. Come on in. What's up, baby? You need a credit card? I thought you were coming.
Sorry, I'm just tired.
What do you need for the car wash?
I need it.
Oh, just no brush car wash. It's just completely brushless. Hand wash only. No. Get the whatever their executive presidential wash is, whatever the biggest and best thing they got without going clay bar. Don't go ceramic, none of that.
Okay.
No. Wash, wax, vacuum.
Wax, right?
Mm-hmm. No chemicals on the interior. Yeah.
Like no
Yeah. Pretty simple. Why are you out of breath? Why did you run up the stairs? Have that effect on women. Can't wait to talk to me, huh? How's it going? Can they see your head? They can see your feet. I'd be in a hurry to talk to me too. I get it. I get it. I'm not faulting you for that. All right, guys. ETF. We're gonna spin the wheel one time. Hold on. Ready, set, go. We're talking about how much Spanish that we know. It's very minimal.
Spanish?
Yeah.
Oh, I know a bit.
You know a bit? Like enough to hear, enough to understand people.
Enough to understand.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That stuff.
But their son speaks perfect English because he is born here and he goes to school here and everything. So he came in, he's like, whoa, bro. Like how old is he? He's like 8 years old, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, our housekeeper's son, dude, he came in here, she opened the door, she was like, he's okay. And I was like, oh yeah, no, he can come in. And he walks in, he goes, bro, that's so cool. How many monitors do you have? Hey bro, you play games? I was like, oh yeah, I play some games. He's like, what games do you play? And we're just like, this little 8-year-old kid, he's cool as shit. I was like, I play all kind of stuff. What do you play? And he's like, oh, I'm my mom wants to give me like this computer desk for Christmas, but I'm still waiting, like we can't afford it yet or whatever. Anyways, I unloaded like a whole bunch of gear onto this kid. I gave him I was like, you want some gear? I was like, I got a closet full of stuff just sitting there. So I gave him like this, I gave him like $1,000, 240 hertz gaming monitor, gaming keyboard, gaming mouse, gaming headphones. Like they were loading stuff into the car on the way out. I was like, bro wants to be he's like, I want to play like, I think he said like Minecraft or something. I don't know what he was into. I hooked this kid up. Well, I was a little flattered because he came in here and he goes like, whoa, bro, that's so cool. I was like, that's right. I'm like, that's right, I'm cool. That's right. That's right, I'm cool. But I thought it's pretty neat because I have all, like, literally, we've been house cleaning. Like, I have so many boxes, so many monitors, I got stacks of keyboards, stacks of motherboards. I've got stacks of RAM. I've got like 10 of everything, but
he won't build my computer with it.
No, you want a new computer?
No, I just want to use your old stuff in my computer because I have really, really outdated there.
Well, my old computer stuff is old because they all got fried. Remember all my last 2 computers, they all melted. So I actually should probably just throw it away.
Instead of selling it?
The motherboard's probably okay, but the Intel chip flied. Yeah, you remember that? Somebody said that was so cool. Yeah, like the fact is that he was just like, bro, this is so cool. I was like,
come on stream. Probably did.
I think he walked in. Yeah, I think while we were streaming, he walked in. I was like, oh, it's cool. I was like, you can come in, bro. Yeah, sometimes she'll bring him and he'll just like sit on the couch and like watch TV while she cleans. But yeah, like like that's what I was like. He remind me of Gabriel, like, you know, like my own kiddo. If you guys know, I have a 8-year-old. Well, he'll be 8 in a week, 2 weeks. Oh, yeah. Main event. That's where we're going. I'm excited about that. I like me some main event. What are we gonna do? Okay. Build her a computer. All right, I'll build you a computer. Your mom wants me to cook? What she want? Your dad wants some pasta? Your dad wants some pasta?
That would be another one, but not for that event. That event you can do crawfish cakes.
Oh, to boil crawfish ourselves?
We have our whole thing. I'll wash it.
Okay. I want to do a crawfish boil? Oh, we had some donations a second ago. I know I missed a couple of them. Hold on. You guys doing some bootcamp donos. Education, not signals. We already did those 4. Oh, Rising Phoenix. Somebody say bootcamp. So we already did that one too. David threw in $10. Brian threw in $40. That's 50. That's 20 bootcamps. Wow, 20 bootcamps. Again. We're getting started soon. All right, we'll do away 20 free bootcamps again. All right. Clear participants. But yeah, I'm gonna tell you, man, that kid was stoked because he was like, I remember him telling, with the little amount of Spanish I did know, I did hear her say, you know, how much? Yeah, cuántos cuesta or whatever, like how much or whatever it is, and I was like, and he was like, siete media, and she goes, and she was like, what? She's like, oh no, you didn't have to. Yeah.
She does actually sound like that. She's very sweet.
Yeah. I thought that was like. He's like, what's the refresh rate on this thing? I was like, that's a good. I was like, this is a smart kid over here, 8 years old, whatever. Has he 8 or is he 10? Yeah. He's like, what's the refresh rate on that monitor? I was like, see, bro, you're asking the right questions. And I'm like, I found myself a little protege. I'm like,
his conversation like a 12-year-old.
he's a smart kid.
Like literally conversations.
Yeah.
And I'm outside. He help, and he goes. I'm just like.
Yeah, he's a pretty courteous young man. Very helpful. And he was like, please. Oh, and I was carrying this. Yeah, when I was carrying the monitor, he was like, let me carry that for you. I was like, no, this thing is huge. It's really heavy. I was like, I got it. He's like, no, I can get it. Yeah, she did a good job with that with their kiddo. And her other daughter's like in engineering school, I think. Somewhere.
Yeah.
One's in college. All right. All right.
Myself. Like, you better call me an Uber.
Oh. All right. Have fun with that. Just tell me if you need any question or whatever.
If I need any question.
I mean, if you need me to answer any question or whatever about the package, but like I said, don't overspend or anything. Just get like
always $150.
like get a wash, get a wax, get a detail on the inside. Just no chemicals, no clay bar, none of that stuff on the outside.
Okay.
If you're spending more than $100, yeah, you should be spending less than $100. Okay. My guy that comes out does it for $200. But that's a full detail and that's on the Aston, so he does extra. Nah, just clean it now. Just do it. Get it over with.
100?
I'm just giving you a guide. Don't say less. I'm not giving you a limit. I'm just saying if they're selling you a $400 package, you're paying too much.
Okay.
100-ish, 200. If it's more than 200, you're probably getting more than you need to.
Okay.
On average, you're gonna probably spend 150 bucks. Place I used to go for hand wash would do the mods for like 60 bucks. perfect detail, everything, but it closed down. That's probably why they closed down. That probably will happen. I don't know.
I need to get that bag and load up all your stuff.
Yeah. All right, have fun. Scared of directed car wash? Never. Never, dude. You get like, there's a grain of sand inside of one of those brushes. You know, the brush ones? A grain of sand in one of those brushes, and that your clear coat is fucked up. You see the swirl marks and everything? Dude, I'm telling you. Like when the guy came out, was like, I'm gonna wash the Moz. I was like, let me see all your equipment. I was like, what kind of rags are you using? He's like, I use a new rag every time. I don't reuse old equipment. I throw it out. I was like, let me see all your chemicals. I mean, I was pretty pretty particular about that. You get it wrong one time and you say goodbye to your clear coat. Go on. And especially like my cars are all gray or dark colors. Do I want to buy the dip here on NASDAQ? That's the question of the hour. Like, am I feeling it again? Resilience is positive in the SP, which means it can possibly go to fill the gap. I don't know. Class, should I grab the dip here? We did the ETF giveaway just now, right? All right, we'll do one more in a second. Oh, the boot camps. My bad. I'm completely distracted here. All right. So that's 20 boot camps, right? Boom. We already did the ETF. I forgot. Like if I were to put 2, maybe 4, maybe 6 contracts. Probably the dumb decision, but it's looking pretty stable here. Like this looks stable minus that little trip it took here. Like if we bet on the market just inching higher, maybe just have something on the table in case of an event and then close it out if not. This is just a very tiny position. All right. Oh, 4 more. Thank you, King Delta Boot Camps. Thank you for all you've done. My trading performance has excelled so much since joining Rocksphere in the buying lifetime. Thank you for all you do in the prop space, Matt. Appreciate you, man. Thank you, King Delta. Choose 4 more. Let's go. Victor Kukin, Paul Jiu-Jitsu, Grayson Medwidu, Rince James, Rince James, I can't read right now. Rince James, Grayson, Adam Inglewood, Daily Trader, M&M's, Scott S71, Tuckalus, Cash, Brady 4870, Sharka 001, LSG 2012, CR Pina. There's some velocity here. Something's going on. Somebody's saying they're doing something right now. Aim for Profits, Dr. Quasar, Andrea 123, Lord Kick, Sibonez, Stylish Trader 01, Wancho Man, Ace Alonzo, Dead Cat Trades, Michael the 369. The 369. Congrats. A couple more. You guys appreciate that. Thanks for the donation. The community will really love that. You guys get to come learn trading for free. Make sure when you sign up, cancel after your first month if you don't want to stay subscribed to it. Oh hell, that TPT that I logged earlier busted. Oh, I could reset it. Nah, I want to reset it. I've got the one still there. Remember the one I bought the dip on? That didn't work. I forgot to look at it. It was back here. That's okay. I'm trying to phase it all out by now. There's some volume coming out here and I don't know where it's from, but positive resilience on the S&P is just enough to get back to the open. So 6 contracts on this one. I jumped in at a good time, I think. So far I've won all my trades yesterday and today. This is kind of not bad. Tradeify has a big announcement coming out tomorrow. They have a brand new program coming out. It will include a whole bunch of new changes to tease a couple things. Not to give out the full juice, just a tease here. You guys will know. It does include new accounts. Exciting. We'll have them on the prop score page immediately when they come out. And it does include a lot of stuff. It's Tradify 3.0, it's big. A lot of stuff. One of the other things, new platforms. That's all I'm gonna say. That's the tease. It's enough to pay attention. So big expansion project with Tradify, big deal. We're big fans of Tradify. I went live with them. Pretty solid firm. Prop score site. If you go to the Discord and you go to the Zoom call channel, there's a link there that goes to the prop score website. It's currently in its beta. It's unfinished. And we're working on it and getting you guys feedback now. There's a Discord that goes with it as well, where you can put in wish list items and bugs that you find and stuff. Do you have a code for the fibers? We will eventually, yeah. We're working on getting everything set up right now. You saw some of it in Big Daddy Max's videos. Oh, sweet. Yeah, like I'm usually trying not to be the person that leaks everything first. But if Max threw out some videos, yeah, Max is in the loop too. So he's got all the info. So go check out whatever videos he threw out there. I usually don't say anything until the company launches, but company launches the thing, but sometimes influencers love to leak it out there. Hold on, I got a phone call. She got the car wash for 80 bucks. I told her it was gonna be less than 100. I swear I thought my cost basis was better than this. Let me double check. Oh, I know why. I know why. I got in at 340. No way that filled me at 340. My cost basis is so bad. I got my hunch again. I got a hunch. Hunch is probably wrong though. Actually, I don't know if I went 8. I went 6 now. I'll build cost basis closer to open though. The idea is that some stocks are very liquid and we are at the bottom of support in some stocks. Nvidia not playing ball. Apple not playing ball. It is the cliche trade just to short every pop, and it could be exhausted just to finish out the month. That's what I'm saying. I still have a feeling that volatility is going away for the moment, at least for the next couple of days. So it should probably be okay. Just for a relax off of this big sell-off. But again, I'm not going to bet the farm on this as a reversal. I don't think we're getting out of the hole just yet, but a hunch just in case we finish out this week or this day with some, Trump stuff. Yeah. Indicators are actually getting slightly better, right? It's not terrible just yet. And resilience is doing somewhat okay. It's enough for this to creep higher to finish out the morning. I think if we get like a big red candle off of this to finish that up, it does support. I don't like the way that it's looking here, and this support right here is very strong. And again, this is just betting that any news that comes through could be positive news. So you can feel the DOM starting to move a little bit, like the flow is picking up. It's kind of at this sort of like turning point here. Call me crazy. I got a good feeling. Something's gonna happen. Something violent. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. If I go all the way up to 450 on 6 contracts is not that big of a deal. It's only 13,000 bucks. Not gonna make or break. White House press conference in 30 minutes. Be right back. I'm gonna go to the restroom. Mr. Hunch. Got a hunch. Buy a bunch, as my friend Brian always says. I'm just scalping left and right. Scalping left and right. Arb just went negative. I'm gonna pocket that again. Like I said, this is just a weird day. Arb went back down to 0, so I pocketed that scalpy scalp. Another 70, 80 point, whatever I got there. Locking it in. Like I said, I don't know. I'm too scared. I'm too scared to be in long period positions in this environment. Until this war stuff is over, I'm in and out, man. Oh, you want to see this playlist? Here you go. Here you go. Hold on. This is a playlist written by yours truly. There it is on Suno. I composed all this music myself with prompts and AI. Some pretty chill jams. COT charts. Yeah, good idea. Let's take a look at that while we're here. I remember last time I looked at it, it was liquid. Yeah, asset managers selling, but also the market was pretty liquid, which is why it was just kind of selling off in steps. Let me load up the S&P chart. Good question. So the way that we like to look at it, let me kind of make this a little bigger for y'all to see. Okay. So the lines at the bottom, right? So we got the last read last week. And so as you see, as of right here, there's a large liquidation asset manager. So they're selling, right? So that's the net long side of the market, dumping. So usually when you see that, markets are coming down. When asset managers are liquidating, markets pull back. It's pretty commonplace. They're liquidating, markets pull back. So they finally started liquidating right here. That's exactly where they started liquidating. And you can see that like the net long position is less net long. Now, one thing that you know that it's not a full-on like recession is that when it's also a recession, the hedge fund side, the blue line, is also increasing their short. So when you see like the green line and the blue line both sloping down, it's pretty gnarly for a big sell-off. There's periods of time when they overlap like this where they're both sloping down. It's big crash city. It's that when you feel that velocity pickup and the markets are selling very quickly, it's like that. We don't see that. Instead, we're seeing the blue line become basically covering shorts and longs are getting out of longs. So when they pinch together like this, is fairly liquid. which is why it's been choppy like this, right? Instead of like that. And that just explains that. The dealer's side's not picking up anything abnormal. Usually if everybody's selling to the degree the dealer position has to go net long, typically happens at the end of a big old crash. We're not there yet, but we could see in the next couple of reads, if you start to see the asset manager side not pick up and the hedge funds continuing to go short, when they both push down, then it's an illiquid sell-off where you just have, you know, big crash days coming ahead. But the fact is that they've been sort of like pulling apart, pinching together. It's liquid enough, which explains why it's been choppy and contained rather than crash. And that's just a testament of the positions tonight. There's just not a lot of Wall Street moving around, even though the general sentiment is bearish. The majority of people are holding through it. It's liquid enough. And that liquid enough is why it's been like this. It's pushing lower, but it's not really just crashed out. Like it's taken 2 months just to find lower lows on that support at 24,200, right? You guys know what I'm saying? So with that being said, it's finally now starting to liquidate. We haven't got this COT data yet, but I'm sure the way we felt the last couple of days will also read into the next read. I'm afraid that the next COT point would show that both sides are increasing their selling, and therefore we're leading into a bigger sell-off. So we'll see. Liquid enough though. You are the best. Oh, thank you. Appreciate that. Been grabbing those big moves like crazy. It has been crazy, right? Matt's dad, he's the boss of CME. Let's go, let's go. Buy that mentality is still strong. Yeah, that was a good scalp. And then right now, look at this arbitrage just went to negative 20. It probably might actually sell from here. That's the lowest ARB has been, by the way. This could be a big sell signal. Be very careful. ARB just popped up. Big negative there. This overbought. So ARB it was only down about 16, 18. So as long as ARB stays negative, it's probably going to pull back. Once ARB goes to 0, that potential goes away. Winners, go to my Discord, go to the contest channel, and talk to an admin named Slacks and send him a message with a screenshot of your YouTube ID. IDOC just added to my coffee shop idea. So we're building a Vietnamese coffee shop concept from scratch that we want to franchise out. And so she's like, why aren't we doing coffee shop car wash combo? Get coffee while you get your car washed. This is literally a money-making business. Wow, it is. You're selling water and cheap labor. That's it. A car wash. You're just selling water as a car wash. I mean, that's and a little bit of soap. Car wash is an absolute cash cow business. Oh yeah. No more giveaways? Yes, there are. There'll be in a little bit. Can I go through the ES with commercial, non-commercial? Okay, so when it comes to financial products, the ones that settle in cash and they don't settle as commodity, I would recommend not using the general COT chart. It doesn't give you anything actionable. What I found is that the TLC, like the original commitment traders chart, is very useful for commodities because you're going to care more about the commercial, the difference between commercial and hedging, right? Because a lot of that's kind of relates to, he's talking about the upper chart. I always get rid of that when it comes to the indices. I've never really found use of it. Maybe I just don't know enough about how to find use of it. Like I found good use in the TFR report because we're looking at the spread of risk amongst the speculators, which is going to be down here. This is your market makers. These are your like 401ks and IRAs and mutual funds and stuff. This is hedge funds, hedge funds, and this is like other reportables like the Fed, like the FOMC, your, you know, the Fed from your FOMC, your Federal Reserve banks are in this category, annuities firms, things like that. All down in here. So like you spread out the speculators. That's why I like looking at it. Commercials, producer, merchant, processor, user don't really, without there being a contract settling with a specific commodity, you don't have this portion of that. The commercials tend to just be your dealers, your swap dealers, right? So this commitment traders report is more important when you're actually looking to see if the industry side producers, merchant, processing, like oil drillers, refiners for oil, you know, they're increasing their net long because they want to buy the oil because they're scared of shortages, things like that would appear in that chart. Here, not so much. You have your speculators versus your market makers in one giant swoop. And you can basically see that the small and the large are split up differently. I've always found this chart to be more noisy. I've never really found it usable for the indices, like as far as it giving me a signal or a pattern. You'll start to notice that if you look at all of it together, that the dealer position, or that what they call the swap dealer position, is actually relatively small compared to what it's separated out to be over here. Like these dealer intermediaries, much different. There are some times when like the dealer position goes up and the large spec goes down, and it goes down. There are times when the dealer goes up and the large spec goes down and the market goes up. See, it doesn't really give us usable information as far as I'm concerned. Maybe I don't know enough about it to really think about how this, I haven't maybe found the pattern yet, but see, when that branches out and this branches out, it's going down. And that branches out and that branches up, it's going up. So when I've always seen it like that, is not being super usable. I don't know, but if you guys have any ideas, feel free to tell me. Right. Like I've had a hard time using this for any readable information. Like you have to take that non-commercial spec side and divide it up further into these categories here so that it makes it easier to see who's doing what inside of that. You already have good cheap coffee with wash people come for. They stay for a car wash, which is full price. This is true. Like most car washes are gonna have like a coffee pot there anyways with some Folgers in it or something. Would like a cheat sheet on that last chart you reviewed? Dave Allen, take the boot camp. It's in the Discord in the boot camp. There's a whole, we cover it in 2 classes actually. There's already a cheat sheet for it. All that info is there. That white screen lights up the whole room. Dude, it's crazy. Watch when I change this. See, when I go from like a white screen, it's pretty bright. It's 45 minutes too short for a car wash. No, not for that. Like that's quick. If it's not that busy, that's pretty darn quick. Yo, ARB just went negative, guys, and we pressed up with negative ARB. So be very, very careful we don't flush from here. Should I withdraw again? I'm at 500,000 a second time. Should I withdraw back down to 200,000 and walk it in for the final 300,000? I don't need the money. I just need to be smart with the risk here. Although I feel like I feel like I've been flip-flopping my mentality back and forth on this day. It does kind of feel like it's trying to inch its way higher, but with negative arbitrage, now let me tell you all the signals that are competing here. It's kind of a mix. That's why it's really hard. You definitely have resistance from here because that ratio is less than half. You definitely have support from here because this is greater than 0. So the S&P is kind of sandwiched up inside of here. The difference is NASDAQ. NASDAQ wants to have resistance there and resistance there. So it's like the NASDAQ stocks are sort of not as strong. The S&P is stable here. I'm going to put the word stable. And when you have competing things, or the S&P is sort of stable this way and NASDAQ is not, S&P usually wins. I very rarely say that NASDAQ will be the reason S&P pulls off. It's more diversified. So if the S&P is stable, the NASDAQ will also be stable. So if you put a gun to my head and say, Matt, do something, I will choose long today rather than short. But just be careful if arbitrage just dips really low, like 30, 40, 50 points, I would get out of wherever my long was at the time. It's not bad enough. It's only 7 points of difference to really act on. But it does feel like the day is going higher today. Okay, our next giveaway is going to be, I think it's like, I typed in the chat, what do we got? Ooh, My Funded Futures. One of my favorites. Type in MFF in chat. We'll do a little My Funded Futures giveaway for you guys, my friends. Today's giveaways are sponsored by Elite Trader Funding, My Funded Futures. I think we've got a Tradeify coming in there in a little bit, and also Tradeify. Big announcements coming. They have their big Tradeify 3.0 coming out tomorrow, which is new accounts, new platforms, new everything. There's like 10 bullet points on that thing they emailed me. It's crazy how much stuff they got going on over there. Big deal at Tradeify coming out. They'll have a little discount coming. For now, it's 30% off Tradeify. My Funded Futures is a really kick-ass deal too right now. 50% off Pro. First time ever. Pro is my favorite prop account, period, as far as what I'd recommend to a new user. It's like the most well-rounded value for the money. Pro is really good. 50% off new users, 30% off existing. And I'm not saying that because they pay me to say that. Don't pay me anything to say anything. I'm just staring affiliate. The Rapids are 20% off the Rapids as well, which is great. ETF is running 80% off on their sale, which is a pretty big deal. They have really awesome static accounts there at ETF. And then of course, some other partners, we have Lucid coming out with 40%. Just give some mentions there. Phidias has got your standard run, 60% off fundamental, 50% off static. One-time payment accounts are 80. Big profit, 40% off as always. Big deal going on there. Right now, Funded X is having a really kick-ass sale too. New users is 30% off of all challenges. That's usually pretty big. 40 is about as big as they go, and 30 is pretty rare. They're usually doing like 10 or 20% off at Funded Next. So right now there's a 30% off at Funded Next. I've made the most money with Funded Next. Well, actually, no, Funded Next, bigger than TPT. Those together are my two top performers though. It's pretty good. Bunch of good stuff going on. Looks like the long side's still running it up. Need 6451. Yes, dude, YouTube is like scrolling and stopping and scrolling and stopping. Ah. Another day, another win. I feel like I've been pretty lucky in this run. Just so you guys can see. Yeah, type in MFF in chat just so you guys can see. I always show my P&L. Just it's the end of March. I always show like at the end of the month, essentially like where the P&L is. So it's the end of March. Let me run this report here. Was she texting me here? 82 bucks. Wow, that's not bad. Yeah, that's a good hand wash. Is 80 something bucks. The guy that does the Aston charges me 200, but he's like detail. He's like luxury car detail. So he goes the extra care, and it costs a little bit more because he like, you know, he doesn't reuse any old stuff. He buys new rags, new everything for every wash. So that kind of a premium is worth it. But yeah, if you're paying more than, unless you're driving in like the dirt roads in like a rural area, you don't really need to be like clay barring your car all the time, unless you just really care to do it. They always try to upsell you on it. That's to get the clay bar gets all the, you know, like when you run your hand over it and you could feel the grit, gets all that stuff out of it. Ceramic's really nice. Yeah, I like ceramic coating if you really want to go the extra mile for it. What does clay bar do? That's what it does, babe. So like, you know, when you're driving and the people in front of you are just like kicking up dirt from the road, like a little grain of sand, it literally throws it at you at the same speed that pushes the car in front of you, that pushes the car 60 miles an hour. It's launching sand at your car at 60 miles an hour. So you'll get like little grains of just sand, like granules that are so small that you can't see, but they just hit that plastic of the clear coat so hard that if you run your hand across, even after they wash and wax the car, if you run that PPF, the Aston, I did, yeah. That's the first thing I did. And then if you run your hand across it after it's clean and you still feel like a little tiny, almost like a little bit of grit, and it's rare, like you'll just feel like a speckle every once in a while. The clay bar will get that out because that dust will stick to get the stuff, and the brake dust as well. There's usually like a lot of dust from the brakes, the brake pads. So you get that shit all like stuck into your coat, clear coat. And so like the clay bar is just like a sticky, more, it's like a greater affinity to that stuff, and they just buff it right off of the car and it sticks to the clay bar. You love this in the anti-gravity couch? Send me to a car wash more often. Wait, you have an anti-gravity couch? Oh, you talking about this thing over here? All right, gonna spin the wheel. Gonna wave a MyFunded Futures 50K account. I want to tell you guys, the pro account in MyFunded Futures is really good. It's my favorite account. When somebody says, recommend a new account for a trader that's brand new, that's the account I usually choose. MyFunded Futures is ranked as one of the top prop firms in most of our modeling. As far as expected payout, I think it's ranked as #1. As far as max payout, I think it's per day, it's ranked as #2. So I'll show you guys how prop score works when it fully launches. You guys are gonna love it. And one of the best ranked firms as far as value, ease of rolls, payout, everything. About Tradeify, Tradeify is certainly in the top 10. I would say that on our prop firm modeling website is going to have 3 different models now. Currently on beta only has 1. 3 models are going to be minimum expected payout, or sorry, minimum quickest minimum payout, expected payout, and then maximum monthly payout. And so when you can rank the firms based on what your goal is, do you want to just get a payout, your best ROI, or do you want to get like the maximum first payout you can get, and the maximum payout you can get in a month, or the expected payout that you're expected to get statistically? And so when you model all of that, Tradeify comes in like between 5th and 10th, like very closer to like 6th place, 5th, 6th place. So it's actually pretty good. Their new plans might even bump them up a little bit. So that wheel spin is painful. I had it set at 30 seconds though. I don't know. It needs to spin a little faster. So congratulations, car guy. We can manifest you with all this car talk today. All right, got one more giveaway to do before I get out of here. And then I'll give it a couple minutes and start that one up in a minute. $33,300 profit today. It's not bad. I'm at 500K again. Should I just, to be smart, withdraw again? To get to the million challenge. I usually double the account, take out half, double the account, take out half. And I said I was going to 10x before I took anything out, but I'm at 500K again. With the way that Trump can just tweet something, and like this war and this bear market has me a little scared of keeping funds in the account. I probably should just take out somewhere again a little bit, right? What the heck? Why did it just log me out? Okay. Okay, let's try that again. Let's try that one more time. No clue what happened there. All right, let me run the report again. Let me just crash while trying to run this report here. All right, let me show the P&L. It's an omen. Yeah, withdraw the funds to Sir Darb. Yeah, so my name is Brad. Giveaway is over for now. We'll do another one in just a little bit, so hang tight. We've got one more to do. Gotta stop typing. We'll do in 5 minutes giveaway. 5 minutes, one more. Hold on. Let me run the P&L for you guys real quick. End of the month. Always got to show you guys the stats on the challenge so far. I'll sit here and take a look at it. Sometimes when you run these like Trade-Evate reports, it just like holds up and doesn't do anything. Ooh, there we go. Alrighty, let's take a look. Take a look-see. This is the account you see on the screen. Account number 1570120, NinjaTrader account. Oh, I'm sorry, the screenshot doesn't have the account number. Oops, let me take the screen out. Y'all know it's a real account. Over here to the side. There it is. This is the account report. Full on. Come on, bigger. Account report. This is a net lick. 498, whatever. 498, whatever. See everything matchy. Account live. Trading account 1570120. 1570120. That's here and here and here. Total P&L since Christmas, $632,002. Gross P&L for 4 commish. I'm pretty freaking fast with my Photoshop, guys. I'm not gonna lie. That was super quick. But anyways, stats 62.7%. It's usually higher. My win rate has been much lower because of this shitty environment. This up and down choppiness is leading to that. It's just a lot. 9,600 contracts traded. 157 expectancy, which is really good. Really good. Largest winning trading, largest losing trade, almost exactly the same size. My risk management control has been very good as far as like my largest winner and loser. My average winner and loser, my average loser is actually a lot bigger than my average winner. It's about 30% bigger. And that's just the nature of this environment. That's Trump tweets something and then you just take a loss. So my average losers become big because I've had like tons of really good solid wins and then a loss. It's been 30%, 40% bigger. So it's kind of like the market just sweeps me when I lose. I don't really get in on a lot of losing trades natively that are big. My losses are pretty small, relatively speaking. It's the one-offs and it's this choppiness that here just sucks. Max run up 613, max drawdown 324. It's a 2-to-1 run up to drawdown over a single quarter and 10,000 contracts. You can't get any better than that. Normally it's bigger in a normal environment. In a bull run, I sometimes have 5 to 10 run up to drawdown ratio, but 2-to-1 is good in a market where Wall Street's doing this. And I'm beating Wall Street up, you know, in its own game. Not bad for all things considered in the environment. It's actually much better than I thought it'd be doing. In a bull market, it would be a lot cleaner. It would be a lot like a stronger win rate, I would say. average win, average loss close to each other. You want to see you see the 200k flowers from here, bro? I can make that thing small and you could still see it. It hurts those days. Oh, it hurts. Let me, like, it's so funny that I can make this thing so small. It's so fucking big you can see it from space. Okay, I can make this so small on the screen and you can see it from there. People say you can see the Great Wall from space. You can see this chart from space. It's so big. This guy right here. The Flowers Day. Oh, that's it. Oh, that's it. That's exactly it. I was long the market. I'm sorry, short the market. And I went downstairs to go answer the door. I was gone for 10 minutes and I didn't set a stop and I wasn't paying attention. This lady was ringing my doorbell like crazy. I went to get some flowers. I came back, we went up 200-300 points. And I had no stopping. I got screwed on Flowers Day. Yeah, it's crazy. I made it all back, but man, I'm telling you, it's this environment. You can lose. Oh, I lost a week's worth of work on that freaking answer the door. A whole week's worth of work. Can you believe it? The world's most expensive flowers. Oh yeah. Yeah. New Flowers Day tune in Discord. Oh my God, you guys are gonna trigger me. They're gonna bring back all kinds of bad memories. My PTSD from that. When I walked in, I was like, my first thought was close it out. I don't know what's going on. What the hell's going on? You know, again, Iran war stuff. It's just how it goes. You can't take your eyes off it for a second. Normally I'm smart enough to not do that. But this time I slipped for a whole moment there. Wait, where's the Flowers song? I don't see it. Hold on. Oh, you're gonna say somebody needs to make it. All right, somebody makes it. I'll play it. Bro, dude, it was so crazy. And the only reason I went down because I was like, I'm in the middle of a trade. I'm sure it was like the market was like hitting a high and I was like, let me just shorten a close. Hitting a resistance, everything was perfect. And then the lady's like, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, and Pickle's barking, and it's just annoying. She won't go away. I look out the window. I see like a delivery truck with the person standing there. I can't see everything, but I'm like, okay, they need me to sign for something, whatever. It was these giant Ecuadorian roses. It was all 100 roses. Huge. It was like 4 feet tall worth of roses. And like, I'm trying to like, and the lady gives them to me. I'm like, grab this, literally this big around. I'm like, oh, thanks for the roses. And then Pickle's trying to get out. I'm like holding Pickle with my foot. I'm like, Pickle, get back. And she's like, can I take a photo of the roses? Can you just lean out the door a little bit? I'm like, man, these roses, I used to have to open the door and hold my dog back and lean out so she can get the photo. She's like, oh, wait, I missed. Let me, hold on, wait, hold on. Okay, good. I'm like, all right, cool. So then I text the iDoc, hey, you got these crazy flowers in the mail. And I set them down, give me a drink, walk upstairs, and I'm like, 160, 170, 175, 180, 190, 200, 210. I'm like, get out. What happened? What happened? That's crazy. Yeah. So like, yeah, put a stop loss in this environment, especially this environment, most all environments. You should always do this in every environment. Okay. But especially when it's news driven, never leave your computer without a stop loss. Like never. Like I go to the bathroom now with my phone in my hand. I'm taking a piss with my phone in my hand like this, watching it. Two-handing this, you know, like anything can happen any moment in time. Don't ever not use a stop loss when Trump's. Usually I safely don't usually have stop losses, and most of the time markets are stable. In this environment, you must have it. You're never really gonna like lose more than 40 points a NASDAQ without getting a split second to choose to close it. That's why I don't naturally have a stop loss there. The market will move about one strike distance before it moves. Risk interval at most. Typically that first candle that bumps is not going to go more. There's all kind of control schemes on the Globex to keep the market from going up 200 points in an instant. It will stage its way higher. You usually have seconds of time to react to close it. But when you got your president moving the market around with just a blink of an eye, don't step away without a stop loss. I know better than that, but I just get cocky sometimes and I just overlook it. I'm like, you know what? Let me go down, grab whatever it is and get right back up. That moment in time, man. Happened. The safety stop loss dance, not even a song. Do I want to play it? Wait, where's safety stop loss? Okay, hold on. All right. I don't. God, somebody link it. Oh, here it is. Here it is. I hate you guys. What is this? When did Pickle become like a cocker spaniel though? That's a. Guys, y'all are triggering my PTSD with this. Why would you do this to me? It's the safety dance. The safety, it's like the safe dance. We can dance if we want to. Did you win? Of course you won. Pickle is like, why? He's got very human-like hands, and he's got like a thumbnail in this particular. Here's me over the side, just like the flower guy, and it looks like the flower guy and I are like actually sharing a moment, you know? Like, who's he even looking at? Like, when I look at this photo, I mean, like he's staring out this way. I'm staring off this way. It's like, this is what a wedding photo looks like when you got like, you know, 20 people, everybody get together and you've got 10 people taking photos at one time, like all standing next to each other. You don't know which camera to look at. This is like one of those group photos, right? I'm looking over here. He's looking over there. There's like 2 photographers in the room. None of them are alerting me to my trade going down. What's going on? These are some asshole photographers, I'm gonna tell you. But, and I also live in an old folks home because apparently, you know, I've got wallpaper on the walls and a nice little fern by the door. Nice little gated community. This is like a retirement community I live in. Very peaceful and nice. Oh, my grandma had a painting like that. It happens, man. Nobody thought to tell me my trade was going against me. Whose hands are on the flowers? Is there like more hands on the... I already lost the photo. I think he's holding it, I'm holding it, and I'm holding it there. I think that's the correct amount of hands. The math looks right. It's like you deliver flowers. So it's like, come on in, bro. Smile for the camera. He's just like, camera do I look at? It's a 55 plus community. It definitely feels like it, right? With the tan wallpaper on the walls. It certainly feels like grandma's house. Wait, in San Francisco, a shitty car wash with brushes and basic vacuum is $60. Holy crap, dude. Like here, like I'd ask like a full detail for with a wax for like $80. The guy that I think I posted a picture on my on Twitter yesterday. Like after my car got washed. He does a fantastic job. I think I just got my car washed that day. Look how shiny it looks. This hand detail, guy comes to my house, does it outside, $200, and he does everything. Like I'm talking like detail, $200, full detail. That's crazy. $60 for just a basic wash. That's way too much. And brush and the brush wash of all things, like the brush wash will just like never go through a brush wash. This is hand detail down here for $80. And SoCal's $100. God, man, that's California, dude. That's California for you. 60 for a machine wash, man. That's California prices, man. The guy that washes my car probably does it in like less than 2 hours, I think. He's quick. He comes in the morning and usually like he's done before I'm done streaming. But yeah, if you're in Houston and you have like he does luxury car detail. The way that how I found him was I saw him as I was leaving. I saw him just washing somebody. They had a Porsche or something. And he had his own detailing business. I went up and got his number. I was like, hey, you do luxury detail. He's like, that's all I do is luxury detail. I was like asking him questions about what he did. He's like, yeah. This is all the stuff I use. These are all the products I use. This is my philosophy. He's like, I take care of your clear coat. I use fresh rags every time. I don't reuse equipment between cars. He's like, it's a pure detail. Like I'm doing surgery on your car. Everything's sterilized, scratch. Like it good. Give him a shot. $200. Full detail. Come to your house. Do it in front of your driveway. Couple hours. I'm completely ripping him off at that price. I feel like that amount of detail and care. It's nice. The convenience that they come to your house. You don't have to drive it. So took about I don't know how long it took, but I'm gonna guess it took about 2 hours, give or take. Because he comes in the morning, probably like 9 o'clock, somewhere in there, and he's finished by the time I'm done streaming, which is by noon. About 2 hours maybe. And he's doing a wax, he's doing a wash, he's doing vacuum and all that stuff. He's not doing anything beyond that. If he's listening, his price just went up. No, exterior and interior. Yeah. But yeah, the convenience, to me, it's the convenience, right? Because who's going to drive out? Who wants to drive out there, drop your car off, and then sit there and wait? You pay a little bit more. They come to your house. You don't have to stop working, It's kind of nice. So many jokes left on the table here. I know, right? You're struggling with trailing drawdown. 2K left from 45K. Any tips? You're gonna hate this, but this is not the environment to be trading trailing drawdown in. Trailing drawdown is very crucial that you find the right structure of volatility. You don't want to trade trailing drawdown when volatility's high because it's gonna chop you. You see right here, you would have bought TPT chopped me today, right? The last trades I'm putting in on these accounts got chopped out of it. Trailing drawdown is not your favorite. In this environment, you need non-volatile bull markets only in buy dips, which means you're in the wrong month, probably the wrong quarter to be trying to fight it. There is really no tip other than just go ahead. You just need to get lucky. If you need a tip, you need to wait for a non-volatile day where VIX is crashing and VIX is below triple B, things like that, but we won't be there for a while. You just need to wait for a lucky day. If you need to pick your best trade to grab a dip on where it's non-volatile, you need to find like a day where it falls to lower DD band or MHP only, like your 90%ers, and just hit those and do nothing else. Because you need your highest probability for a base hit to get out of the hole. Trailing drawdowns is very hard to do in this environment. Unfortunately, Leo, you're kind of like betting on luck at this point, unless you just want to wait it out until structure changes, but we might be selling off for a while. So, maybe wait for a day where it does reverse to be green and then buy the dip on the next day. And usually the market falls in waves. But in this environment like this, trailing drawdown, you're cooked. It's hard. And I tell people avoid trailing drawdown when volatility's like it is. You got to be able to hold through chop, and you really can't. Yeah. Not giving you full investment advice there. Just a friendly advice on which accounts are better. This environment is brutal on trailing drawdown. You're gonna fail a lot more. Switch to some end of the days and play those. TP2 moved your first pro account to live with only a 2K buffer. Then the second one went from eval directly to pro. If they only knew you were unprofitable. Well, that's funny. Do I think I'm getting new lows today? It doesn't look, I don't think so. Not today. It could happen, but it's stable enough to not happen. And usually when it's stable enough to not happen, unless there's news to make it happen, it doesn't just naturally go there. If you're asking me like, would I short today for new lows? Fundamentally, I want to keep shorting this, but as far as the way it's looking, it's not bad enough for me to be betting against this market right now. It's stable enough that my scalps in here were longs recently. Fundamentally, if you zoom out over longer periods of time, we're going lower. The question is just from where. The what I'm waiting for is everybody here. Simon Dean pointed this out when the market first opened. He knows. Simon's really smart. You all need to pay attention when he speaks up. There's a huge cluster of pivots right here. You got 4 pivots stacked right on top of each other, and they're all bearish with bearish confluence. If by whatever reason we hit this, I'm like full port shorting from there. Like I'm going as heavy as you can go. That's the perfect short setup. So the question is, do I want to jump in and try to chase the tail into this, or just maybe hang on until Trump goes, yep, we're making a deal with Iran, and then I can fade it right back down to there. I'll get an easy 100 and something points with 30 contracts on a move like that. I'll make 100K if that happens. A single trade. What software is your indicator used with? No, so we have to have our own cracked version of TradingView. So it's the Rocket Scooter platform is built on top of TradingView's charting library. And all of our stuff works on the back, and it's not compatible with TradingView yet. One of our projects this year is to get ourselves inside of TradingView, but you get our own software comes with it. And you just load it up like this. Ooh, shit, I gotta go. We have one more giveaway to do. I forgot. We forgot. Tradify. Quickly, I got 10 minutes to do this. I forgot. Swipe in, Tradify in chat, friends. Don't forget to sub to the channel if it's your first time here. Click the like button. I'm live every single day. You can watch me on the quest to go to $1 million from 100K start. What do you guys think? Should I withdraw one more time? Back down to 200? I'll let y'all make that decision for me. Be smart. 1000%. You guys y'all are all taught so well. All right. Let me do it on stream real quick. Now y'all can see the transfer. The fastest way to go wire. Blah 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 blah. None. Wait, no. Withdraw. One. Withdraw. Okay. Doesn't save wiring instructions? Oh, well, all right, let's do that again. I think that's smarter than going, like I said, I'm one Trump tweet away from hundreds of thousands of dollars of loss. All right, let's load her up. Okay. You don't save your wiring instruction. Okie dokie. I thought they would save it. Okay, why was it saying nickname though if I already have something? Okay. How much should I take out? You wanna go back down to 200? Do I need the leverage? Should I take it down to 300? What do y'all think? I should go down to 200 or 250? 250? All right, 250 is smart. 200, 250? Okay. Let's do 200 then. Let's go hard mode. Let's take out 300K. All right. Should probably take up to a day. All right, I took out another 300. that'll take me back down to 200 again. Just smart to lock it in. Put it on the side. Take out 300 and send you 5. Okay. It'll be in your mailbox pretty soon. I gotta go in a minute. Giveaway time. Smashing my breakfast right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Marty McFly. Yo, you know, like this weekend I got tickets to go see Back to the Future, the Broadway show. I don't know if the Broadway should play the musical. Back to the Future, the musical. I got tickets on Sunday. I'm gonna go see it. It sounded pretty legit, so I got tickets for it. I don't know how this is gonna happen. Like, if it's the original Back to the Future. The very first movie revolves very heavily around the DeLorean. How are the Libyans gonna be chasing around a mall parking lot on a stage? I have no idea. You know what I'm saying? How are we gonna speed up to 88 miles an hour, the freaking clock tower, striking lightning? How are they gonna pull this off on stage? I'm excited to see how it's gonna happen. Make like a tree and get out of here. It's make like a tree and leave. You sound like a damn moron when you say it like that. Gosh, old man, get your hands off the car. You butthead. When's the RS musical? Soon, man. It's coming out very soon. You saw the commercial this morning, you thought the same thing? Yeah, bro, I saw the commercial on Instagram. I told iDoc, I'm like, we gotta go see this. I finally got her to like marathon and watch all the movies, by the way. Marty McFly, you need to go to Discord, go to the contest channel, talk to Slacks, send him a screenshot of your YouTube ID, will hook you up with the TradeFi account. Congratulations, everybody, for winning. It's been a fun day. Yeah, I saw it on Instagram. I was like, I gotta see it. I'm such a huge fan, you know? But how are they gonna pull off some of it? I don't know. But we'll see. But it'd be pretty fun to get to see, you know, the go Johnny, go, go, Johnny be good. Like, that part will be fun. Maybe we'll get the whole Huey Lewis and the new soundtrack. Maybe it's new songs. I don't know. I don't know what to expect. I'm pretty excited about it. Next competition is Rock Studio Musical. All right. Like the scene where, you know, Doc's in the clock tower, hanging, you know, trying to get the cables together. Like, is there going to be a car on the stage? Like, you are my density. You know, I heard, I know I get out here in a second. I heard that Crispin Glover was an absolute nightmare to work. You could actually, if you guys want some cool trivia in your downtime, go Google this and find some videos on how much of a nightmare he was to work with on set. They had to draw a box on the ground and say, stand inside of those lines and stop moving out of the way, because he was doing all this weird stuff. He's a weird guy. And he was an absolute nightmare. Like, people refused to work with him after that movie. There's all kind of cool stuff about how crazy he is and how difficult he was on that movie set. Anyways, I gotta get out of here. Great for tuning in, guys. $33,328 today in P&L. Not bad. I took out a withdrawal again, 300,000. Take us down to 200. Probably I'll come in today. The balance will be at 200. The wire may clear. It takes about a day, so it might clear this afternoon. Might clear tomorrow on stream. We'll see y'all later. Join me on my Fun to TV. I'll be live there for Lunch Money with Matt show as always. It's a good time. We have giveaways there as well, and I stream for 1 more hour there. After that, come here. Neon will be live in the afternoon. Of course, Brad will be live this afternoon. This evening for the Asia sesh. And we'll see you on a little bit. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Do I follow Jex values? We created our own Jex style. We're one of the pioneers of that whole field. So we've been around for a while doing gamma exposure, but we're dealer gamma exposure. It's much better than GX. 100%. Box scooter style of gamma exposure is superb. Anyways, I'll see you guys in a little bit. Click that link in chat, this one right here, and join me over there.